What's going on?
Hello.
Yo,
Shout
Joe,
out
you
Master
there?
Bets.
Joe, you there? He might be having issues.
Man, 1 minute into the space. Can you hear me, Andrew?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I'm gonna see if I can get him right now.
It was my fault. I connected my Wi-Fi after I connected the space. I know better. Send me the invite again. What's happening, boys?
What up?
What's
What
going
up?
on?
Shit, Andrew, you get the invites out to the groups?
I did.
Sweet. Man, I'm glad Cade's in here. I did a write-up for the beginning of the show, and I included them Cade Side Press boys in it. So I don't know if I hit side bets. I got a few guys I always hit. Give them a minute to get in here. Connor J, good to see him. He was giving you boys hell today. I seen it. You and Usman. I smiled the whole time. All right. It doesn't matter that it's only a few. Well, hold on. Dead Pics. We up on the YouTube yet?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, if we're up on the YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and do the plug. I don't care if it's just the six of us right now. It'll get repeated somewhere, somehow. So if you haven't checked out capmma.com, check out capmma.com. Our odds board is connected to over 50 sports book. If a book is offering fight odds, Cap MMA will have them. Why go to Cap MMA? There's a couple reasons. We have several visual markers to speed up the process of finding what you're looking for. We highlight best odds, worst odds, line movements, and flips. While you're there, don't forget to check out our parlay calculator. It allows you to compare live odds from every book, stacking up parlays. Just turn parlays on and check the compare button. You might think you're getting the best returns for your money, but we want to help you make sure. We have live rankings, betting tools, external resource listings, and the most up-to-date headlines from the best news sources, including our friends over at Cage Side Press. And the best part is you never have to leave the odds boards to see any of it. Not to mention, both the odds board is both free and ad free. Stumbled a little bit, boys. First time I read it. I got one for the spaces too, but that's good to get going. So, man, let me kick a topic off right away. I think Patty the Baddie is trying to get a Bobby Green fight, if I'm understanding what he is saying correctly. He's saying he'll fight Ilya. He's like, I call him Water Bottle Boy because I threw a water bottle at him. I don't know his name. He knows his name because right after that, he says, this other guy, I don't know, this one guy, he tags me, search my name. He says my name more than I do. Terrence McKinney, T-Rex. No one knows who this guy is. Well, Patty knows who he is, and he's making him famous in interviews. So, anyways, scratch it or bet it. Patty the Baddie could beat Bobby Green.
Scratch.
That's a bet.
Bet.
I said bet.
I would bet it. Fuck, I feel like I always have to be difficult on these motherfuckers and not just say scratch it or bet it. I would bet it if he had the cardio.
Yeah, like that actually is probably one of the tougher scratch it or bet it's that I brought, bro. Like young, energetic, good punching power. It sounds good, but that's Bobby fucking Green, bro. You ain't gonna do that shit you did with Tony Ferguson and beat Bobby Green. That's not.
It's a more winnable fight than if he fought Ilya. Let's just say that right now. It's 100% more winnable.
I'd 100% watch Patty Patty and Bobby.
Yeah, it's definitely a better fight for him than Ilya. Daniel, welcome, brother. Go ahead.
Hey guys, hey Bear Father number 1 and Bear Father number 2. Now here's why it's a bet. Bobby Green has the experience, so unanimous decision, split decision over Patty the Batty.
Oh, so you're scratching it. I said Patty could beat Bobby. You're saying Bobby beats Patty.
Yes.
Yeah, scratch it. I don't blame you. So Jorge and Nate are. So listen, you got to listen close. I understand they're probably fighting each other. I understand that makes sense. But all that's actually confirmed is that they have both confirmed that they are booked on a boxing card in Vegas in March. It's highly speculated and most likely that it is a co-promotion between Nate's Real Fight Inc. and whatever Jorge's. I don't know. He had like 4 promotions. I don't know which one it'll be. That's what it looks like. But there is a chance it's a double main event, like a double headliner card where they're both boxing some other people, like say maybe a Darren Till who needs some dough. And there is also the small chance that Dana White and TKO are going to announce their new top ranked boxing card, and Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal will be on it. I don't know, maybe crazy, but I don't know, man. Scratch it or bet it. Jorge and Nate actually box each other.
Bet it. It's already happened.
Bet it.
Bet.
That's a bet. Yeah, that's a bet one.
I agree, but Ariel is a sneaky type of guy, and Ariel was very specific not to say they are fighting each other, which made me feel like that's a little weird. Yeah, he said they are booked to the same card. Like he said it the way I said it. Like that's why I'm like, bro, that's so. Why are you saying it that way? Like, is there a reason you're saying it that way? Like, you don't want to break the news just to find out that when you know that that's not the news? I don't know. Seems weird on that one, too.
But is it 100% legit that they're boxing, or like hype think it's boxing, not like MMA?
So, 2 pretty solid sources have confirmed that they are both booked to box.
Okay.
Nobody has said confirm they are boxing each other, but they both have boxing contracts signed. And Jorge said that Dana, I didn't see it, but one of the people I watch says that Jorge said that Dana gave him the green light.
Wait, so he was still under contract with UFC though?
He still is right now.
Oh wow, that's oof.
Yeah, he still
All
is
right.
right now. So I don't know. It's just all weird. It's a slightly weird situation.
That's crazy because I mean, like, really quick, Dana let Connor box. Dana's letting Jorge box, but not Francis.
Listen, bro.
I
But listen, so Dana was not wanting to let anybody else box. And
That's
I think
true.
with what Francis did, all right, so long time ago, someone said the UFC is buying the WWE. And everybody went, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Abu Dhabi's buying them. Saudi Arabia's buying them. 99 other people are buying them. And like, we don't have no inside sources. We didn't think that the UFC was buying them. That's not what I'm getting. And what I'm saying is someone said it. Dana White immediately was like, that's not true. When the UFC was getting sold and someone said it, Dana White immediately replied with, that's not true. Someone said TKO, which is on target to have like a monster 2024 year, is buying Top Rank Boxing, and that Dana White is going to help run it. And Dana White immediately tweeted back saying this is not true, from like a source that like no one would have believed anyway. We don't know who that person really is. But Dana felt the need to make sure to tell us that's not happening. The reason Dana has to tell us things like that are not happening, the WWE purchase, when they get sold, the reason he has to tell you that is because it affects stock prices. It's almost like an insider trading type edge thing or something like that, I guess. So I just think there's a chance they really are buying Top Rank. I think it would be dumb as shit to have Jorge and Nate headline it, but I think they're buying Top Rank. I think that's legit as fuck. I think that's happening. Last one I got, and then we'll get into some real stuff that's more structured. Tom Aspinall is being very vocal right now. Nobody's missed it. Everybody's seen it, saying he should get to fight John next. And then Stipe said his piece, and Tom came back and said, well, then I'll fight you. And then Stipe said, after I beat John, we can talk about unifying them. Tom went on about the 3 years since Stipe will have fought since John, or the 3 years since Stipe has fought before John will get back. I don't think, has Tom Aspinall been in the UFC for 3 years?
Yeah.
He started in 2020, so yeah.
Are you sure?
He's probably been for like
I'm
4.
pretty sure.
He got injured for like a whole year though.
Yeah, he did fuck up his knee.
So I mean like 2 then.
I didn't go look, and I'm pretty ashamed of myself. Oh, wait, I got Tom
I'm going to
Aspinall
look
right
now.
here. 2020. Okay, so 3.5 years. I didn't think he even had 3 years with the UFC. So whatever. Listen, I actually, all bullshit aside, I understand how Tom feels, but I still feel like you knew the deal when they gave you the fight. You knew that the Jones Stipe fight was still gonna go down. You knew that. Everybody knew it. The media knew it. Dana said it that day. He said it that night. You knew it the whole time. And lots of guys have won that interim belt. They have defended it and then went on. A couple of them have not unified it. And bro, I've wrote a whole thread about this, about every single one of them. Israel Adesanya came from an interim title. Conor McGregor came from interim title. Like, so many people came from interim gold. Or maybe it wasn't Conor. Maybe it was Max Holloway. But the point is, he knew the deal. So I side with John and Stipe strictly on the fact that he knew the deal. Cade, go ahead.
Yeah, he did know the deal. I think the thing that pisses off Tom is maybe that he thinks, if this was any other champion, they would have to relinquish their belt, just like Jamal Hill, just like, others in the past. But it's John Jones, and that doesn't necessarily he doesn't always have the same rules at all times. But I think this is more of not him really complaining as it is like a publicity stunt. Like, he's kind of being smart in a way because he's getting people to talk about him. He's a young fighter that, is growing. He's pretty well known, but I think it's more of like a thing like for him where he's just getting people to talk about him and and get his numbers up. So I don't really think it's that bad of an idea for him or anything like that. I think he knows what he's doing, and I think he's just continuing to do it just to keep having people talk about it in a sense.
I
But
agree
that's what
with
I
you.
think.
I mean, I didn't audit anything, but I would suggest that his followers have went up even just today. He's probably seen a notable increase. So I agree with you. I will say this: they don't give interim belts when they're stripping titles. They give interim belts so they don't have to. So Tom's saying that I have the interim and he should have to be stripped in that amount of time. Tom's actually cutting off his own nose to spite his face there. Interim titles are placed when they do not want to strip. They do not insert an interim title to strip the champion. They would have just made it the title fight. Connor, go ahead, and then D, and then Alien.
Yeah, I've been pretty vocal about this. I've been battling Andrew and Usman on Twitter. I completely side with Tom. I think he should get the next shot. I don't think Stipe. The fact that he's getting a title shot just is pretty ridiculous. He's gonna be coming off like a 4-year layoff and a loss by the time the fight happens. Tom is the interim champion. Whether or not, I mean, he should, if they want to let him defend it, let him defend it. I guess the only people that he could probably defend it against is like gone in the meantime because a lot of other people are already scheduled for bouts. But yeah, let him defend it, and if he beats him, then he should still fight John. But like that, when John comes back from injury, he should fight the guy that's holding the interim title. He should fight the number one contender, and the number one contender is sure as fuck isn't Stipe. Why the hell would it be Stipe?
I mean, his last fight, he was the champion. So, I mean, there is merit to the fact that the guy deserves the title shot. I mean, he was the champion before he lost his last fight.
Joe, he's coming off a 4-year layoff and a loss, and the guy that he's
So what?
lost the
John
belt
Jones
to
came off a 3-year
isn't in the
layoff
UFC
and
anymore. How does he
absolutely.
deserve the title shot?
John Jones came off of a 3-year layoff, and people said the same bullshit about his title shot. And he was the underdog, and he dog walks the real guy.
We're not talking about John, though. We're not talking about John. John is the champion. John is in the fight.
He wasn't the champion. He was 3 years off.
And
when
the
he got
the belt was vacant. The belt was vacant. Nobody who deserved the. We're talking about now, though.
So why did Tom not deserve it then, but he deserves it now?
Because he just didn't. He didn't have the amount of fights. He didn't have the.
It was one fight.
Yeah, against Pav, and he knocked him out cold. That was a good win to put him in this contention.
Hey, Connor, let me ask you a question. If he didn't have this interim title, like say just the interim title was never a thing in this situation, would you feel as like this strongly still about it?
That's a good question. I wouldn't feel as strongly, but I would feel as though Tom would deserve it far more. Let me get this straight. Let me tell this. Stipe, in no world, I use the word deserve, I use the word should. I know people don't like that, but I do. Stipe should not be getting the next title shot. So let me get that clear. Tom should, whether or not it's the interim title or not, but they put the interim title on the line. So in my mind, when the champion comes back, he should unify it with the champion. Not fight some old dude coming off the couch 4 years ago and coming off a loss.
So I want to let D get after it, and I want to let Za get on there. I'm trying to approve Cade, man. I hope he ain't having a problem. Oh, there he is. So here's what I will say. I feel like your point is that it should be done on meritocracy. I feel like that. Okay.
Yes.
So meritocracy
Joe, let me
says
real quick, Joe. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Because real quick, I don't like when it comes to like the pay-per-view buys and what fight would be bigger. Like I never, if that's what you think the fight should be, and that's what you like, you genuinely think that fight should be made because the fight would be bigger and whatever. That's just not how I gauge it.
Yeah, you're not into prize fighting. You're into the sport of MMA, and you believe in the meritocracy.
Yes, 100%. So when like Dana says like, oh, this is the fight this is the biggest fight or whatever, like that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't get pay-per-view points for watching the fight.
But wouldn't meritocracy say that the former champion gets to enact his instant rematch clause?
No, because
since the guy who had the belt vacated, now he gets to enact his rematch clause with the guy who has it.
Stipe did that before, though. He lost the belt to DC, sat out a year while DC fought Lewis.
Yeah,
and then got his immediate rematch against DC.
That's what a champion, because that's what a champion is allowed to do.
So should Izzy fight Strickland?
Absolutely, if he wants to, because he has a rematch clause.
Well, I don't know. I don't read the contract. I don't know if he has that. But if he does, I still don't agree with that. I think that he should at least have to fight one guy. I mean, he's coming off a 4-year layoff. He's not even relevant in the division anymore. Like, people have passed him by.
All right, me and you are going, and I don't want me and you are arguing now.
That's fine. I want to let
D. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is just a weird thing. I mean, like, you getting passed up on that, and I agree on both sides. For the Tom Aspinall side as well as John Jones. I mean, one, John Jones been there. He's done that credential show. I mean, he ain't no Connor. He ain't no Connor. But like, to go out, and if he does retire the same night as Stipe, we don't know
What
what's
does
gonna
that
happen.
mean? He ain't no Connor, bro. What the fuck does that
I mean,
mean?
okay, really quick, facts. Let's say this right now. I know someone's gonna say that. I knew it was gonna come. And it's probably gonna be one of the stupidest things I'm probably gonna say in 2024. I don't shit, whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Go up, Joe, bro. Okay, but like, go like this. Can John Jones like pull strings enough like Connor? I mean, like, fair say, okay, but can he do that? Just real quick.
Bro,
John Jones
he's
is
like
the
the
only
best
person.
fighter ever. Of course he
John
does.
Jones is the only person in the UFC with more pull than Conor McGregor.
Is
Yes,
it
I
okay?
believe that.
That's fair.
I
That's
believe
fair.
that.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, like, I think like there's so many arguments on that point. Y'all can laugh at me. I don't really give a shit. Am I a Connor person? No, not really. I mean, he brings a lot to the table. Let's say that. But anyway, here's my case. What I'm just trying to get. I think there's a lot to say about Tom Aspinall's talent, and is he gonna waste that talent? Is the talent gonna be wasted in the next couple of years if it doesn't get unified? Probably, unfortunately. I mean, like, look, Gagey got passed up. I mean, we heard it from Dana that it's gonna be Charles Oliveira or Armin Sarukian. I don't know if that's relevant to the cause, but like, it's just almost saying that, like, wait, where's Gagey? We kind of left him in limbo after he won BMF.
Yeah, I mean, I understand your point, but I don't think. I mean, John would not get left behind no matter what. He
That's
could
fair.
relinquish. He could relinquish, but he's not gonna. So yeah, I do feel like Tom or John could because he knows he would get the shot, but he's not gonna. Daniel, go ahead.
Damn it, I forgot about the rematch clause. So yeah, I do. So against my better judgments, Izzy will fight Strickland again. I don't want him to, but son of a bitch, the contract does stay a freaking rematch clause. As for Tom Aspinall and John Jones, yeah, I want John to fight Tom first, then
Yeah.
Stipe. I do.
So to be clear, I don't know that those guys have rematch clauses, but I know that fighters have, and I know guys of if anybody's going to get it, it is going to be guys at that level. It's not going to be, and like I'm not trying to be a dick. It's not going to be Alexander Pantoja. He's not getting that clause. But dudes like Izzy, Stipe, John,
True.
they're getting it. And even if it's silent, they're getting it. Even if it's not written, they're getting the rematch clause. Dana believes in that shit. I
True.
hate him for it. I have cussed him out 100 fucking times for it, but he believes in it. I want to move this one on and get into announcements. Alien, get it, bud.
I'll keep it quick because I got to jump into a work meeting in like 5 minutes. But just with the whole John, Tom, and Stipe thruple, um, I think it's the fucking UFC's fault, man. I think I posted about it earlier. There was no need for an interim fight, really. Like they could have postponed that interim fight 6 months, been like, oh, John got injured, fight's postponed, whatever. And I don't think Tom would have been as having as big of a hissy fit about it, which rightfully so he should. I mean, both like someone else said, both sides have pretty equal reasons to why they're saying what they're saying. But I think the UFC fucked up big time in just kind of inserting that fight just to save the MSG card. When, like I said, if they maybe waited 6 months, that time in between that fight actually happening would have felt a little bit less, and I feel like people wouldn't have been as antsy about it. But that's a long fucking time to wait, and who's to say Stipe doesn't break his ankle saving a kitten out of a tree in that time, and now we're stuck here waiting another year for him to come back too. So it's like it just feels like heavyweight's just gonna be forever prolonged. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I get how you feel. If I'm being honest, like I'm the biggest John fan in the room, but like I'll put all that aside, and I'm just talking about shit that's happened. Tom Aspinall should avoid John Jones at all costs, strictly on the fact that he's not going to be around for a rematch. So if you lose, you will never,
exactly.
even if you get it back in the title eliminator when John retires and vacates, you will have the DC problem. You will never be the real champion. No one will
We
ever
should just
ever consider you the real champion. No one considered DC the real champion, and that's the truth. No one,
No
even with
one
his
I
did.
reckon
defenses,
we'll have.
no one did.
I'd say
So
let's have John and Stipe fight, and the winner gets a goat. Done.
yeah, I
Fuck
mean,
the
I
belt.
can't. I feel like here's what I say about John, and this isn't being funny. Name me one career that he hasn't ruined that he fought. Name one.
That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Name one
That's
career he hasn't ruined
Gone.
with
No, he
Gone.
ruined Gone. He low-key ruined Gone.
Yeah, bro. Where's Gone?
Francis ruined Gone. What do you mean, maybe?
But what I'm saying is like there's just not a clear path back unless John leaves. Once he beats you, and people stumble after that because John exposes these tiny little things in people, and then everybody sees it. It doesn't. I'm not even crediting John at this point. I'm just saying like we've seen this happen. So like
Oh, don't
Tom
get me wrong.
Aspinall,
I'm a John stan. I fucking love John.
it's if Tom Aspinall
Like,
loses, the downside is so much worse than so what? I lost to the greatest of all time. For his young career, the downside is just way worse. Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think that the upside of beating John is far better than. I mean, if you lose to John, it's like okay. I guess, like you said, I just agree. I disagree with the premise that there's much more to lose than there is to gain. Plus, why I don't know. Tom should try to fight John as much as he can because he might not ever get the chance to, because John might just retire. You know, so he might not have a chance or like a choice in fighting John because John might retire. So I would just try to fight him and try to unify the belts while he can.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I get it. Zah, go ahead.
I just honestly forgot what I was gonna say, but I will say, so we can fucking lap this shit. This shit's kind of getting out of hand. It's just Stipe like waiting so long. I think I seen it on Aliens page. Like I think he's been out for like 4 years. It's a fucking long time, dude. And he's close to retiring. So just like this shit's getting out of hand now.
Oh yeah, we're lapping it out. Anyway, I will say this. I will reiterate that just because what Connor said, he thinks the high side is for John or for Tom. If he beats John, there's a major upside. Do consider that before his last fight, people were calling him fat, old, washed, balding, slow John Jones. Even people now, even in our group chat, even in threads, people are like, John showed nothing at heavyweight. He was slow. He was this. He was that. So even if Tom knocks him out, people are just going to say you beat the old, should have retired John Jones. It's I just don't see the huge upside for him. He should let John take that fight and retire. If John doesn't retire, he absolutely deserves the fight. But let John take that fight and get the fuck out of your way. That's how I feel. Connor, close it out, and then I'm closing it. I'm gonna put Andrew on fight announcements.
Oh, man, I love a good debate. I because you and I are just polar opposites on this. I think he should try to get the John fight because having John in your resume is better than not having John, especially if you win, you know? And if you beat John, you get to be the guy that has the actual one on his record instead of the zero. I guess he's got the DQ loss, but nobody really counts that. To have the actual to take his O, I mean that would be crazy. Plus, like people did question John's physique is whatever before the Gon fight, and then when he steamrolled him, everyone thought he looked great. And now people kind of question like Gon as a fighter, but like What can you question about John's performance in that? So he's a great fighter still, and he showed it. So beating John still means something.
I don't disagree. All right. All right, I'm going to lap it out real quick before I have Andrew do the announcements. I'm going to hit the UFC rankings real quick because they're real short and they don't make any fucking sense. So now, Sean Strickland is up 1 over O'Malley in the pound for pound.
Yay.
Wow.
Steve Irsay and Tajir switched 11 and 12. Why? Like, I'm actually pointing this out to say that it's fucking irritating.
I hate O'Malley.
Maybe the UFC didn't update these from last week.
O'Malley.
Yeah, they didn't. They haven't changed them. They updated them last week because I'm looking at the other ones that make sense. Well, that makes me happier, so I don't got to bitch about it because I don't check them till we're live.
Arnold Allen at 3 is crazy. Oh no, tied for 3.
All right. That's all I got for hot topics. Andrew's gonna do fight announcements. That's probably gonna be the biggest part of the show tonight. And then I've got about 6 or 7 topics on the rumor mill for after that, and a couple fighters on the roster watch. But Andrew's probably going to mention all of them, so I'll just throw out the info I got on them when Andrew mentions them. Ian Gary was reading a script, guys. He was reading a fucking script that his wife wrote. We're not going to talk about it. We've gave that guy too much airtime. He was reading a script that his wife wrote.
Joe,
I would bet on it.
Did you see that video that I posted in the chat that
Of course,
Terrence
it's
McKinney
typical
posted?
cuck behavior.
No.
Bro, you have to watch it. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Bro, I was at work in my desk crying, and my coworkers looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
All right, we'll post it up at the end so everybody can click it on the way out.
Oh man!
All right, I'm not giving him airtime. I just wanted to make the comment before we transition. That motherfucker was reading a script and he didn't write it. He can kiss my ass. All right, so Andrew does our fight announcement segment. This week is huge. We got a bunch of fights. So Andrew, whenever you're ready, bro, get after it.
Bro, we do have a bunch of fight announcements, and I don't mind talking about every single one of them, but we'll see. We'll start out with a fun one. Nate Maness is out. So Azat Moxham is now going to be taking on Inner G Charles Johnson. I'm actually a fan of Charles Johnson. He keeps taking short notice fights against grapplers, which I'm not a fan of. But, I mean, you never know, man. You never know. Anyone have anything on this one?
I like Energy. I want him to get the W because I like him. That's just being honest. I like the guy, so I hope he gets the W.
Fair enough. Daniel, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Energy is amazing. He he backs up his words. I want him to win.
I'm with you, man. I'm right there with you. Next. I'm sorry. That was for UFC Vegas 85 on February 3rd. This next fight will be on the same exact card. Kiefer Crosby is out. So Temba Garembo is now going to be taking on Pete Rodriguez. Does Pete Rodriguez knock this dude out?
Man, there's no odds on that shit. How long ago did that get booked?
I mean, it just got booked this week. Well,
Damn.
The original fight was booked a while ago, but because Kiefer Crosby dropped out, Pete stepped in, and that was this week.
Charles Johnson, though, 10 books are reporting. I don't mean to backtrack. He's a plus 151.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that is probably fair.
Bro, if he can just keep them off his fucking waist and keep them at bay, he can hurt them, bro.
Yeah.
Daniel.
What was his name again? Pete Rodriguez versus who?
Temba Garembo.
Oh, him. Yeah, I got him by submission. Gotta go with my family from Florida. MMA Masters submission.
Of course. I don't know how I didn't realize that. That's my bad.
No, you're good. You're still a better father than that ass wipe over there.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Okay. So it seems like a couple fighters dropped out, so there's just like a whole new fight being rebooked. William Gomis and Shailin Nerdenbekov is out, both of them. So Melsik Bagdasaryan moves to UFC Vegas 86 on February 10th. He's going to be taking on Hyder Amil. I don't know who Hyder Amil is, I will be honest. But Melsik is nice. Melsik is fun to watch. He's got some slick striking.
He is nice. I'm trying to keep up, so I'm a little behind you. He is nice. He's not. They haven't moved him yet. They've still got him up with Melsik. They still got him up with Gomez right now, so I can't. They haven't moved him yet. I don't know the other dude, but I like Melsik, so probably ride with Melsik unless tape shows me otherwise later.
Usman, did you have anything on this? I know you just jumped in.
No, I was gonna say, bet the whole house on Themba Gurambo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, P. Rodriguez sucks, and Themba's got that Dwayne the Rock Johnson hype. Bet it all, and I think Daniel's spot on submission.
Are you saying that so people will do that so you'll actually bet on Pete?
Fuck no, P. Rodriguez actually sucks. Like that is, I know a lot of people talk about, what's his name, Hammerfist, Trevor Peak, fucking being the worst UFC fighter. No, P. Rodriguez might be the worst UFC fighter.
Oh no, you take that back. No. Daniel.
I do not have crap. I can't even say his name. Oh, Maslik. I do not have him. I have the other guy by submission. I mean by decision. Hyder the Hurricane. El Nino guys. El Nino Trade Center decision unanimous.
Florida?
No, California. El Nino.
Oh, my bad.
The way he said it's like, duh.
It's okay.
I can't do anything but apologize. I can't do anything.
You're fine.
All right, next. So Yusaku Kinoshita is out. So Josh Quinlan will step in to take on Danny Barlow. I would have to do tape before anything, but I feel like Josh Quinlan's kind of soft. But other than that, I don't really have anything on this fight.
Yeah, I don't care about that fight. What date is it? That's all I care about.
It's
UFC 298, February 17th.
Yep.
Man.
Josh
Oh,
Quinlan
you know what though?
Oh,
that's
wait.
fucking Andrea, or that's Miranda Maverick Andrea Lee card right there, bro. That's us versus Olin right there.
298.
Olin.
Yeah, so Miranda's giving us more love than any fighter that's come through here. Like.
Oh, is he cool with Jasmine? Or I'm sorry, who's she fighting?
He used to Andrea Lee, bro. He used to wait.
Lee.
Oh, Andrea Lee.
He used to wait tables with her. Remember, he told us that at Fight Week.
Oh, I do remember that.
He still texts with her and shit. So like, that's his homegirl, and I'm like, bro, we are Team Miranda Maverick in this motherfucker.
Brother, I'm looking at that card of 298. Jeez, not too bad.
No, that's a banger. That's a banger. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah. Plus, she dates racists, so I'm not really cool with that.
No, you got it takes one to love one type shit. Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Muhammad Naimov is going to be taking on Eric Silva at UFC Mexico, February 24th. Yeah.
I like Eric Silva's all right. I got no problem with Eric Silva, but I don't. All right, what's
The
next?
GOAT.
Hold on, Daniel.
He returns. Mexico City fight card is filled with baby goats out there.
Daniel, go ahead, bro.
Is that because they're bad?
Well, first of all, I think it was 4 years ago, she divorced that racist. And so back to the fights.
What about the one before that?
One before that, I only knew about the Nazi one. The one with the swastika, he had a baby with her.
We just got banned from YouTube. Good job.
But it's
Good job.
true.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it's true. Anyway, now I'm going against Maverick because Andrea KGB leaves from my home state. I'm signed with her. And crap, what was his name?
Note to the crew: when Miranda
Josh.
Maverick comes back, do not let Daniel on the mic. I'm joking, Daniel. I'm joking.
No, I still like her. I mean, she's fighting out of Colorado. I got cousins out there, but I'm originally from Louisiana, so I gotta go with my home state on that one.
Bro, do you have family everywhere?
Let me get you a rundown. I have family here. I have friends in Houston, Texas. I have family in Florida in 4 places. I have family in California in 2 places. And that's pretty
So
much it.
yes. So in short, the answer was yes.
I have a good percentage, yes. Yes,
all right, we're gonna move on to another fight for UFC Mexico. I think Usman's kind of torn on this one. We have a Daniel Zellhuber taking on Francisco Prado.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for Usman to say something.
He's not going to say shit on that one.
I'm setting up a 75-gallon fish tank stand. You fuckers. Francisco Prado is a damn goat.
Okay.
Still going to lose. Goats eat shit, I think. I don't know.
Damn.
We have a few more fights for this card. Manuel Torres is going to be taking on Chris Duncan. I think that should be a fairly fun fight.
Oof.
That is a good fight. That's a good fight.
Daniel, what's up?
Yeah, I'm going with the guy from Argentina, Francisco, by submission.
All right. How about the Duncan and Torres fight?
Let me see. Duncan and Torres. Which one is that?
It's on the same card.
Let me see real quick before I make my decision because I can't seem to pull up my picks.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here it is. Chris Duncan, the problem. I have him by KO.
What round? Round 1?
Yes, round 1.
Wow.
That'd be dope for the card, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would.
Well,
Next.
both guys like to finish the fight pretty early. They're both finishers, so it's safe. It's a safe bet. Round 1.
Next, we have Luis Ronaldo Rodriguez taking on Denise Bondar. I don't know either of these guys. Actually, I know Bondar.
Just next. What else?
This one is probably, and I'm being honest with this, this is probably going to be one of the worst fights you'll ever see. Just in general. We have Raul Rosas Jr. taking on Ricky Tercios.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. There's nothing I could do about it.
Listen, when we argue about that fight in a cap space, oh my God, bro. We're going to argue about that for 45 fucking minutes.
Here
God,
we go.
I hope
Let
we
the time
don't.
begin.
Y'all hate free money or what?
See, here we go already, bro.
Oh my God. So, what's the over? What's the under? Who's the favorite? I'm really curious who's the favorite.
I don't even care, bro.
Over, for sure.
Take the over? Really? Oh my God.
I can't believe we're really fucking talking about this.
No, I want to know because if y'all really want who I think you're gonna say, that's crazy.
Rosa in the over. Maybe
Dude,
Rosa by decision.
Oh my God.
Bro, come on, Rosa and the over.
This is very simple. Either Rosas is going to get him to the ground and control him, or Tercios is just going to fucking out hard him on the feet.
Thanks for the fucking obvious there. Raul Rosas is losing.
Ay. Daniel.
I told you he was losing that last fight.
That's what you said last time, bitch.
He won.
Oh, was it the one before that he got?
Yeah.
I fade that guy all the time, bro. I don't.
Hey, you 1-1 so far.
He's fucking horrible. You guys are crazy. I'm telling you.
Daniel, go ahead, bro.
Now I'm signed with Ross's Jr. on this submission round one. Like coming off that knockout win, I had that guy submitting Terrence Mitchell by round one submission. This guy knocks him out under a minute. The reason why I have it over that is because Ricky won his last fight by decision, split decision. I don't know who this Kevin Navidad is, but let's all be honest here. Carl's Jr., he likes to finish. I'm sorry, Ross's Jr., he likes to finish people.
Did you say Carl's Jr., bro?
I
That's what I
corrected
was said
myself.
too.
I corrected myself.
It's Raul.
Raul Rosas Jr.
That's why I said Ross's Jr. I corrected myself.
Oh man.
Listen. Only old people will understand this, but every now and then, me and my friends call him Roy. I'm gonna leave it at that. None of you will get that, but there's an
Of
old.
course I don't. I'm a '90s kid.
Yeah, because you guys ever seen The Mask in that from 1985 with Cher?
No, I always saw the one with
He's in it.
Jim
He's in it.
Carrey.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Just look it
Nobody
up.
cares about Rocky. We care about Jim Carrey.
They call me Cuban Pete.
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Next, we're moving on to UFC Saudi Arabia, March 2nd. We have Joel Alvarez taking on Ludwig Klein. I love Alvarez, but he's just so damn inconsistent.
Yeah.
He needs a good like fighting partner, because if he doesn't fight his style, the fight sucks. I don't know. This should be an interesting one.
I'm doing editor shit. Sorry.
No, you're good.
What's the next one?
Daniel, you got something on that one?
Damn, you're not even gonna
Yes, I
credit
do
me
believe
for
he has
breaking that
been
fight.
inconsistent, but I still think he'll take this one by decision.
Usman, what'd you say?
I said you're not gonna credit me for breaking that fight news.
What are you talking about?
Come on, I said Joe Alvarez is gonna be getting a fight soon, like 6 months ago. You fuckers.
You think I remember that shit?
I don't
It
remember
was
that either.
it was
What the
actually
fuck?
like 3 weeks ago, but none of y'all assholes listen to some real journalists out here.
I didn't know you're a journalist.
It's fake news, man. Marty fake newsman.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Oh, I mean, I was on the impression CNN was fake news, but okay.
We're gonna move on to UFC 299. We have a few fight announcements. March 9th. This is I don't know who the first guy is, so I don't know if it's a free over yet, but it's definitely low level heavyweight. We have a Robelis Despagne taking on Josh Parisian.
Oh no. You fucking hammer the newcomer, bro.
Do we?
Yeah,
Is
that's
there
that.
something I don't know about this guy?
The 6'7" Olympian KO, a knockout artist. Bro, that dude is like the biggest prospect in all of MMA right now. That dude is the hammer, bro. You fucking bet him. You bet him.
All right.
He's gonna be minus like 10,000. But
Oh yeah, let me go look. What's the date on that bitch?
March 9th.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of lines. Let me see if they got it. Let me see if we got it. Very dumb, scam right.
shout out CapMMA.com. That's where he's getting these odds, by the way.
So it's not posted yet. Who's he fighting?
The GOAT, Josh Parisian, and you're crazy if I'm fading Josh.
All right, bro. Waste your money. This dude is the hammer. I'm telling you right now. That's it. Waste your fucking money. I don't care. I'm not even going to argue with you about it. I'm telling you, I've been watching this dude since before. Anybody who watches any of the scouting shit or the upcoming names or the dudes that like you see the other companies trying to interact with, bro, this guy is the guy. He is coming in to knock him the fuck out. He will probably open at minus 800. He will probably open at minus 800. Daniel.
Correction, he's not the hammer, he's the bad boy. And yeah, he has a decorative record. He actually has a medal record in Taekwondo. He has 4 bronze and 1 gold.
What did
All
you just
that.
call him?
His name is the bad boy.
Oh, that's his nickname?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
he was just added to the UFC roster. He's one of those guys. So he is 6'7", Olympian. I got his shirt. What are you looking at, Daniel? You look at Shirt Dog?
I'm looking at his Wikipedia.
So here's the fucked up thing. He's listed as 3-0, but he's got 4 KOs as a professional MMA fighter. The first one happened in 4 minutes and 54 seconds. Listen to this. I'm not fucking around. The second one happened in 12 seconds. The third one happened in 3 seconds. The fourth one happened in 4 seconds. This man is coming to kill Parisian.
All
Exactly.
combined.
That's why I'm picking him knockout round 1. Once again, Team
His
Florida here.
his last 3 KOs are
19
19
seconds.
seconds combined, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it's scary, but
Who's he
he's on my
fighting though?
side.
Josh
Parisian.
Parisian, bro.
No. Like, who's he fighting? Who's he not? Who? These dudes he's knocking out.
Fury FC. I'll bring them
Okay.
all up real quick and tight. I mean, Fury's not like super duper low level, bro. Like, it's one of the more legit where talent comes from. Yeah, so they're basically all guys that were newcomers, but he's come out of the Olympics, bro. Like, this dude is fucking legit. So I'm telling you, he's coming to kill Josh Parisian.
Amen.
Right. Fair enough. Next, we have another fight for UFC 299. This one is going to be a straight fucking train wreck, and I'm absolutely excited for it. Michel Pereira is going to be taking on Michael Olajszek. This is going to be a fucking banger.
Yeah, that'll be a pretty good fight. I'm not actually excited about it though. I don't.
Why?
Give me Michel
Oleg,
Pereira.
Oleg,
Michel
Oleg.
Pereira. No.
Yeah, Oleg. What's the
What?
what's the what's the path there? What date is that?
March 9th.
A crazy backflip knockout.
Man, that one just came out too. No odds on that yet. That fucking card has got to have 15 full fucking fights on it, man.
Yeah, but you know a couple will drop out, so.
Yeah, the Lauren Murphy Karini Silva fight is off.
Darn.
What do you mean, bro? Like, whatever. Like, I love Lauren Murphy. You know me, but Karini Silva, you want to see Karini Silva fight, bro. That bitch is a special talent. That's going to be something different. She is a name of the future. I pegged her early. I'm sticking with it.
Andrew hates free money, man. That's the problem. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I don't hate free money. I like free money.
Daniel.
Michel Pereira by decision.
Bro, why you got to go and say something like that?
I'm sorry, Father. I'm sticking with this decision, whether you like it or not.
Bro.
It's probably going to decision no matter what side it's on. That's fair.
Oleg Shaychek by split decision, fuckers. I'm telling y'all right now.
Ooh, by
We
Splitty
shall
is a
see.
nice play, bro. By
We shall
Splitty
see.
is nice.
He's trying to get cute. I like it, though. I like it.
That by Splitty is nice. I don't care.
I imagine this fight will be a fairly close fight. I could see it. All right. Next, we have the co-main event for UFC 299 announced just a couple days ago. We've already talked about it a bunch in the chat, but we have Dustin Poirier taking on Benoit Saint Denis. Man, this fight's got people's panties twisted up and shit. Connor, go ahead, bro.
You say me?
You're the only Connor in here.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
bro.
I didn't hear. Yeah, no, Dustin's my favorite fighter. I'm super hyped that he's got his next fight scheduled, but this is like, I don't know. I'm nervous for this one. Benoit's a fucking bad dude. But I think Dustin's going to win. I still got faith that he's got a lot left. Not a lot left. He's still got a lot. He's got some left in his career, so I think he can beat Benoit, but it's going to be a good fight either way.
I'm taking Dustin Poirier at plus money. What a gift. What a gift.
You almost feel like you have to take the dog shot, right?
No, yeah, bro. It's like, yeah, because like I've been high on Benoit Saint Denis, but like I just want to be very, very, very clear. Zaleski dos Santos, Nicholas Stoltz, Gabriel Miranda, Ismail Bonfim, Diego Moises, Matt Frivola. There's a few really good fighters in there. But he lost to Dos Santos. I know that was 2 years ago. I know. Dustin Poirier is not like these other guys. And I don't mean like, oh, he's a whole new animal. No, bro, go watch him fight. This is not any of those fights. Benoit is going to look in the eyes of a man who has him beat in every aspect except for maybe power and speed. And if he can't figure out how to offset that, Dustin Poirier is going to pick him apart until he knocks him out in the fourth round.
You want to know what worries me about Dustin, though, just a little bit? I realistically don't think he's going to get another title shot. And he's been saying for a while that he's not going to be fighting down. Dude, this is like, in terms of ranking, like talent, yeah, I believe Benoit Saint Denis can get that fight. But in terms of ranking, dude, he's fighting a double-digit seed. Like, he's fighting really down, which makes me almost wonder, is he going to be 100% in it this time? Does he care anymore? You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's possible, bro, and it worries me. But with that aside, I don't know, man. Azah, go ahead, bro.
You honestly just touched on what I was gonna bring up because I honestly don't understand. This dude's a 12 jumping to fight the third. Like I get it, Dustin's a freaking gatekeeper at the moment, but yeah, this is honestly gonna be a war.
Connor.
Yeah, I think I was kind of confused too on how far he was going to fight down, or that how far he was fighting down. But I think he just looks at Benoit and sees how good of a fighter he is, and also it's a fight that probably gets him nervous from how good he is. And I just want to shout out to Dustin for actually not sitting on his ranking and fighting down and fighting good competition and giving dudes lower rankings a shot at top 5 competition.
Daniel, go ahead, bro.
Altogether, both these fighters have 20 stoppages in the first round. But since I just realized this is a 5-round fight and it's a non-title bout, I'm not even going to ask why that is. But here's the thing.
Because Dustin Poirier is smart enough to know I can wear him and weather him and knock him out in the late rounds. He knows that.
Yeah, exactly. Because St. Denis has never gone past. He's never gone a distance. So therefore, I see this like I forgot who said it, but I see this ending in round 4, the latest, by a TKO. Dustin Poirier.
YB.
Benoit Saint Denis, round 2 submission, rear naked choke. Poirier's a cool guy, but I don't give a fuck. He's dead. It's over. Sorry, bro.
Damn.
You talk about the guy who almost choked out Nurmagomedov?
I do believe that is a route, though, to be honest. Like, if Benoit Saint Denis is going to beat him, it is going to be on the ground, and he will snatch that neck. I do believe that. That is a good route.
Dustin
It's going to
doesn't
be a fun
need
fight,
to
dude. I'm
win.
fucking.
It's not that he's like, oh, does he care? Does he not? No, he cares, but he's above. Like, he's past wins and losses at this point. Not in the bad way, in the best way possible. Like, he's going to make a absolute shit ton of money to go out there and fight, and that's awesome, but he's not going to win. He just can't. It's too late for him. He just lost to Gaethje, so he would never get a title anyways, even if he had to rattle off like 6 crazy wins to even be thought about for the belt. It's too late for him. But he's got plenty out of his career. I'm a fan or whatever, but all dogs gotta die sometime.
So I'd like to take a quick second and point out that we have often bitched about this division being totally clogged and say that this is literally the changing of the guard that we're seeing right now. He is forcing Dustin to fight out of the rankings. Everything's going around that Justin got passed over by Islam. I don't mean out of the rankings. I mean out of the top 5. He's going to force Justin to fight out of the top 5. He's making Charles fight number 4, but that's because Charles is number 1. Michael Chandler, who is number 5, is fighting Conor McGregor, who probably will get ranked somehow, some way if he beats him. But these guys, Gamrot, Fiziev, Benoit, these dudes have all deserved their push up the rank, and they're just getting it. Like it's these guys that have been up at the top have been up there for so long. They sit. They don't want to fight. Dana's got to pay him millions of fucking dollars. He can't fight him for the title because they've lost for it so many times. Like I don't know. I just feel like we're seeing Dana try to do passing of the guard, changing of the guard at 155 right now.
It's like when Marvel superheroes get too big and they got to change the actor.
Yeah, kind of like, all right, we got to swap it out. Plus, people don't want to see that shit.
These motherfuckers getting too expensive. Yeah.
Well, I got tired of seeing. I was bitching a year ago. I was sick of seeing Dustin, Justin, Charles, and Islam. I was tired of them being the top, and they still are. But Dana's not letting them fight each other anymore. So good for him. Beneil got squeezed out. Just good for him. Anyway, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
We roll on. March 16th, UFC Vegas 87. Couple fight announcements. Toshiomi Kazama is going to be taking on Chara Lampos Grigoriou.
Next.
Hey, I think I did a pretty good job pronouncing that. That was
None of us know. Go ahead.
Christian Rodriguez is going to be taking on Isaac Dogarian. This will be at 145. Christian Rodriguez has had some problems making weight at 135. He's only fucking 5'7". I have no idea how he struggles to make weight.
I was just about to ask what
but he's going up to 145, man.
Well, I got nothing, bro. I don't know what to say to that. I got fucking nothing.
Bro, he just beat that kid that you don't like a year ago. And now he's fighting in a new division because he can't make weight anymore. Daniel, go ahead, bro.
I got something on that because, in fact, it was earlier today. I actually got to talk with Isaac Dolgren, the Midwest Chopper, earlier today, courtesy of Immortals Fight Club. He's a nice guy, and he can knock people out. A lot of people, I think it was most of y'all who laughed at me on that card, like on that fight card. And I picked him round 1 knockout. He knocked that Francis Marshall out. He said he wants to. He doesn't want to go on the ground with them. He wants to. He wants to meet him with his hands to his face. So I got him knocking out Christian Rodriguez by round 1.
Homer. What a homer.
What's a homer? Explain.
You root for the home team no matter what.
Oh, you bet your ass.
There's nothing wrong with that, buddy. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, thanks.
Next, we're moving on to UFC Vegas 88. That is March 23rd. Luis Pajuelo is going to be taking on Fernando Padilla. Yeah, crickets, exactly. We're going to move on. Stephen Wynn is going to be taking on Jarno Aarons.
Wait, who?
Stephen Wynn is taking on Jarno Aarons.
Bro, he gave you the crickets, the real crickets.
I don't know who these people are. I don't know who these people are either.
The fucking soundboard's great.
We're going to move on. Ricardo Ramos taking on Juicy J, Julian Erosa. Let's go.
That's a banger of a fight.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
That's a banger of a fucking fight. I'll be excited to watch that one.
Anytime Juicy J fights, I'm down.
Hey, did you announce Tom Nolan's fight yet?
No, I don't even have that.
Oh, that's good. Go ahead.
Who is Juicy J fighting?
Ricardo Ramos.
Oh yeah, I'm picking that guy.
One more fight for that card. This is the one I'm actually most excited for. We have Davey Grant, the wily vet, taking on this space favorite, Cody Gibson, part-time teacher, part fighter.
Let's go, Cody, bro. He was real cool, man. That's it.
what I'm saying, bro.
Shout out Cody. Shout out Cody, man. He was a great time in this space for sure.
Yeah, he was, and like we're teasing Daniel about being homers. I'm a full fucking homer when it comes to the people that have been in this space, man. I try to make sure I follow all their tweets. I don't like them if I don't like them. You know, you skip some, but I follow everybody. I try to keep up with their shit. So like, yeah, let's go, Cody. Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that. Cody Gibson is in fact a teacher by day and a fighter by night. I mean, this man's full of surprises. Anyway, yeah, I'm you already know who I'm going with. I'm going with Cody Gibson. I have him. Hold on, I got my picks up. I have him by decision.
I just want to point out that Gene Silva is a minus 1,000 favorite against Weston Wilson.
Jesus.
Who?
Gene Silva is a 1,000 favorite against
what card?
Wilson this weekend.
Oh,
you can't touch that shit, bro. Either way.
No, because Weston Wilson fucking sucks.
let me hold on. I'm looking for it.
Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt, bro. Go ahead. I just seen that.
No, you're good, bro.
No, it's okay. I don't care. Weston Wilson submission round 1 over Gene Silva.
Don't place your money on that one. Don't do that.
Oh, I won't. All my money's going to my classes this semester. I can't, even if I wanted to.
Bet right. You have extra money after the class. No, I'm joking. Don't do that.
I will do that after I finish my classes.
1-800-GAMBLER. Zah, go ahead.
Yo, that fight you just brought up, the lines were like completely different. Like a day ago, I thought he was like minus 300, but now he's minus 1,000. Sheesh. But back to this Cody fight. Shout out Cody. He's a good guy, but business is business. I might have to fade him.
Fair enough.
Good luck.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to move on to UFC Atlantic City very next week, March 30th. We're going to start off with Connor Matthews taking on Dennis Bazooka.
I got no side for bets that early of a lip, but I'll tune in for that fight. That's a good fight.
I feel like Bazooka just keeps getting shots and.
Yeah. He's not. I feel like he's one of them guys. He's probably not going to stay in the big show, but he'll give it his all while he's here.
For sure. We're going to move on. Another fight I'm really not excited for. Chris Weidman taking on Bruno Silva.
Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. I can't.
That's a good fight. That's a good
Are
fight.
you fucking
God.
kidding me, bro? What's the date? I got to see how much good money I can get against Chris. What's the date?
March 30th.
Oh, man. I hope I can fade the fuck out of him. Damn, we got nothing on March 30th. Man.
Daniel, what's up, bro?
So first of all, I'm going with Bazooka by decision, and I'm going with Chris Weidman submission round 3.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Same to you.
We have a fight that has been rescheduled to UFC Atlantic City. One that I'm excited for. Kind of excited for. Dominic Reyes is going to be taking on Carlos Ulberg.
And Ulberg knockout.
Let me mention that when Carlos had to drop out due to injury, Dominic Reyes posted some shit on like Facebook or something. And he like quoted injury, insinuating that he didn't believe him or that it's fake or something. So he's insinuating he's ducking him. Well, I don't think he's ducking him at all. I think he's going to knock him out.
Yeah, he probably just needed to flush better. Couldn't get it out in time.
Oh, man. UFC Vegas 89, April 6th. We have Lucas Berszewski taking on Johnny Walker's brother, Walter Walker.
It doesn't matter. You just fade Lucas Berszewski. You just fade him. Listen, when you look him up, guys, he's going to look all jacked. You're going to be like, bro, why would I fade this guy? Look at him. Oh, my God. That's not what he looks like. That was the picture he took 3 months before he got into the UFC when he was still juiced up on steroids. And then he got into the UFC and got popped. And he's Pillsbury Doughboy now. And he's slow. And he fucking sucks. So I don't need to watch tape. I don't need to do any of that. That is an automatic fade for me.
Fair enough, man.
Did y'all see Dana's fight news he just dropped?
What you got?
Or, sorry, not fight news, but he said he was going to drop some news, but I don't know if y'all saw Cowboy Cerrone called out Dana's bull Twisted Steel the other day. So I think I didn't see what Dana had posted prior, but I think he posted something cryptic about like news coming or something. Because I've seen people talking about it, and 9 minutes ago he posted that Cowboy.
What did you say about Cowboy?
Cowboy Cerrone.
He's riding Dana's bull. He's gonna be riding Dana's bull. That was Dana's
on
bull
March
news he was gonna drop.
or some bullshit like that.
At PBR.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna tune into Donald Cerrone's YouTube channel and check it out.
Oh yeah, if it's on YouTube, I'll put it on, man, for sure. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah,
that's random. Legit. That's legit as fuck.
I thought he was gonna announce UFC 300 announcements, but nope.
No, he's got to see who wins 297 first.
You think he's gonna wait that long?
Yeah, because he's got to know who he's fighting.
Fair enough.
That's a fair point.
All right, we're gonna move on to Oh no, same card actually. Marvin Vettori and Brendan All-In Allen.
This
will actually be a good fight.
Let's go, Brendan. Bro, I'll be all in on that fight. He's going to fuck him up.
Is that pun intended?
No, it wasn't actually. Fuck Marvin Vittori. What round do you think that he'll get choked out in?
Third.
Nice.
None. I think it goes the distance.
Dude, I thought Marvin doesn't have a neck.
He won't need one.
How do you choke out a guy without a neck?
Squeeze really hard.
Daniel, what's up, bro?
Obviously, I'm going with Brennan Olinawan because he's from Slidell, Louisiana. I'm sorry, Covington, Louisiana. So I don't see this going the distance. I think this is going to be a full-on grappling jiu-jitsu clinic. I have him submission round 1.
Usman.
No? Okay.
What the fuck was that?
Usman, you there?
Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not calling nobody. I'm just chilling.
That was weird.
Andrew's calling you.
Oh, I didn't hear her. I didn't hear him call me out.
Or Joe. Joe just... One of you guys said Usman.
He was jumping back on the mic. I thought he wanted to talk about the fight.
Okay. We have last fight announcement. UFC 300, April 13th.
Don't say okay.
What?
Don't say okay.
He means Mr. Mackey from South Park. He doesn't like that.
Okay. Charles Oliveira is going to be taking on Arman Sarukian. This is going to be a fucking fun fight.
Bro, Charles is the dog.
Yep.
Charles by KO.
Yes. Yes. Stuffs the takedown, swings to the fences, drops that motherfucker, says, "Give me Islam." I don't know if that actually goes.
I'm torn on this one, bro. I really don't know.
Charles at plus money? Whew.
The only reason I say it, man, is because who did Armin fight? Not his last fight, the previous one. Dude stepped in on short notice and fucking rocked Armin. Had him doing the chicken dance for a second.
Joaquim Silva.
That's the
No,
one.
it was Benny.
No, I think it was Silva. Silva rocked Armin.
Oh, you mean Joaquim Silva? Yes.
Yeah. That's I don't know, man. I know Armin looked great in his last fight, but I got Charles by that KO for sure.
Bro, you can get Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira in the same parlay for plus money right now.
Everybody's been putting memes about that lately.
It's like hard to pass morally, but I gotta watch tape or something. Daniel.
It's the opposite for me. I have Armin by decision.
Did you say decision?
Yes, because Armin has gone the distance better than Charles Oliveira. Charles has tried to stop him with all his might, but Armin will be like, "No, we're going the distance, homeboy.
Bro, Charles doesn't go the distance.
No,
exactly my point. So
pat
he has a higher chance of winning this fight by decision. He might
You
not.
think this fight is going to go 25 minutes?
Wait, is this for the belt?
Number one contender spot.
Is this a 3-round fight or a 5-round fight? I think it's 5.
I think the main event.
It's a main event. Okay, but you know what? I don't care. I'm right now. It's 3 months from now. Right now, I'm picking with decision. I might change my mind later.
I think Charles finishes him or submits him, to be honest.
No, I don't think so. I think Armin will finish him.
No, the one thing everybody has said about Charles Oliveira is I have never been hit that hard, ever. Armin ain't ready for that shit.
He will be. I believe in him.
Just remember, bro, after the fight, when he's standing there looking at his coach with his hands literally on his hip, shaking his head, and then he takes his left hand and covers his face, think of me.
Who?
You. When Armin is standing there after the fight, after getting knocked out, in front of his coach with his hands on his hips, trying to figure out what's going on. And then he touches his face to see the blood that's coming out of his nose. And then he puts his hands up like, I don't know what happened. And you see him shake his head. Think of me.
You're going to have to remind me because it's 3 months from now.
I'll remember to remind you.
Good. Because better fathers remember shit. Which you are.
Nah, I love you for that shit. Go ahead, Andrew.
That's all I have for fight announcements, but what I like to do is announce the dates just for the upcoming pay-per-views.
Okay.
UFC 297 this month, January 20th in Toronto, Canada. UFC 298, February 17th in Anaheim, California. UFC 299 is March 9th in Miami. And then UFC 300, April 13th, fight capital of the world. Let's go.
Nice. Still on. I gotta switch back over here. Still on announcements. Not really on announcements, I guess, but so Aljo, just upcoming fight shit. Aljo is pretty insistent that he's going to be the first guy to choke out Kelvin Cater. I think Aljo only has one tool, and he should not tell Kelvin Cater that he knows he only has one tool. He's not even discussing any other way. So just for capping reasons, just so everybody kind of knows where he's at. And then Bilal has not left for Dagestan yet. On his social media, he made it seem like he was packing up and getting the fuck out of town. But he's still sitting around. So keep that in mind when thinking about whether or not he's going to fight Leon. Daniel, go ahead.
I think Aljo will put his wrestling to use against Calvin and just get a TKO finish in round 3.
Bro, if Bilal doesn't get this title shot next, the next space we have, I'm just going to mute my mic, eat some popcorn, and I'm going to enjoy the fucking show. Because I know it's going to be a madhouse in here.
I don't want him to get it. Fuck him. I hope he doesn't. Bitch ass. I met him. He's so fucking impersonal. You try to be nice to the guy, he's still fucking impersonable. You see him and you're like, oh, he's awkward in interviews, but it's just interviews. And then he stands around like, why don't people like me? Because you're fucking awkward, man. Fuck him. And I paid him a bunch of compliments, real nice to him on social media. That prick don't even like my shit. Fuck him. You know what social media does? It gets you fans, dick. Fuck him. I don't care. Anyway, okay, so Michael Venom Page officially showed up on the UFC's roster. Michael hasn't actually fought since March 10th of 2023 when he leg kicked the shit out of I can't say all them guys' names, bro.
Yamamoto?
No, it was Yamauchi. I don't know. I can't say all their names.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I try not to butcher them. When I can't say them right, I just prefer not to. Tom, Big Train Nolan, you guys seen him on the Contender Series get a knockout, a round 1 knockout. He's on the roster officially. I don't know if he's got a fight booked or not. I believe he does. I got his link right here. Oh yeah, he's fighting Nicholas Mota. That's actually that fight we were just bitching about. Isn't that on this card this week? No, we were bitching about that the other day though. Then Gene Silva, the huge favorite against Wilson Weston, actually just showed up on the UFC roster. So I don't know how we follow the roster watch and the roster tracker, and that's who we use just to credit them if anybody wants to look them up. And I know that they basically just follow the UFC's website and track fighters that are added and removed, but I don't know how important or up to date that is for them. So, them dudes could have been on there months ago, to be honest. Anyway, what do we got here? So, God damn it, Sean Strickland posted some pictures of what I assume is like New Year's celebration, shooting Roman candles. Good old fashioned firework fight. Shirtless, him and his buddies shooting at each other. He appears to take one right in his left side, and then after that, you can see in a photo, like out there at night with just the lights flickering. In one of the photos, you can see where Sean appears to have a wound, and then there was a picture posted of a wound zoomed in on that everybody thinks is on Sean's left side. So a lot of people are worried 2 weeks out, Sean could catch staph and Canada might not clear his ass to fight. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that, bro. Like, what a dumbass decision. I know everybody's going to go, well, look at him. He's not smart. Blah, blah, blah. I know everybody's going to have something shitty to say, but really, what a dumbass fucking decision. Like, he's getting a fat ass paycheck. Put all the put all the other fandom and ooh, this is cool to be famous and all that other bullshit aside, man. Like that's got to be a big ass paycheck to be risking to have a fucking Roman candle fight. However, I have had several Roman candle fights in my life.
You forgot to mention Nina was there, and how was the Roman candle fight? Does that shit hurt?
No, not at all. Not at all. I've only ever had one bounce off me, but me and my father my father has he has a huge field across the street from his house, and before fireworks, like up in the sky fireworks, were legal in Michigan, we used to drive down to Ohio, and bro, we'd put on a neighborhood show. Like the neighbors started coming by dropping $100 bills, like get more fireworks. So we come back literally with like a big ass van loaded front to back, top to bottom, and we'd set up these huge ass shows. And I'd taken a couple of them in the arm and in the ass. I had one of them hit my arm and explode. Bro, that shit does not feel good. It's not the worst thing you've ever felt, but it does not feel fucking good. And it weirdly leaves like a ringworm looking scar on your fucking arm. It's weird as hell. But yeah, anyway, was it Andrew who said it? Nina Drama, was it Yuza who said it? Nina Drama was there. And of
Yeah.
course, she released the fireworks. If you look at the way the pictures, if you look at the way all the pictures were taken, it was like, it seemed very well planned. That is what I will say. It seemed like it was supposed to be that. And then there was the wound, and they probably were like, oh, fuck, Dana's going to be mad. Like DC's basketball game. None of you guys even know what I'm talking about, huh?
Nope.
Jamal Hill got hurt. Nobody knew how. Turned
Yeah.
out DC hosted a fucking basketball game.
Yeah.
Oh
Last year.
shit! Now I remember he was playing basketball as downtime and he got hurt.
Yeah.
Joe, you know what's crazy? In other sports like the NFL, if you get hurt outside of that sport and like unrelated to that sport, you get fined for that shit and you lose money.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's in
Fuck
their
yeah.
contract.
I
Bro.
remember a long
Contract.
time ago, like back in the mid 2000s, Steve Smith was playing in like a flag football league, in the off season, and he broke his arm and it cost him some games. Yeah, bro, he got fined for that shit on top of not getting paid for those games.
My favorite wide receiver ever.
He's a beast, bro.
Well, maybe what comes into play there, too, is that the UFC loves to tell us how their athletes are independent contractors.
Well, I mean, If y'all want to check that photo that I posted in the chat, feel free to have a little laugh.
I'm gonna check it right now.
What is it, bud? What is it? Oh, in the chat? Yeah, I can't go do that. Anyway, I'm looking at the shit up top. I'm like, what'd you post, bro? You ain't talking about the shit up top. He's talking about
That's
the
funny.
chat. Anyway, a lot of guys are getting on Sean Strickland for breaking down, crying on Theo Vaughn's show. A lot of the guys that he gave a hard time to, saying that you can dish it, but you can't take it out because Sean kind of broke down about what DDP said bothering him, and he was honest about it pissing him off. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, Sean can say anything he wants, but nobody else is allowed to say what they want. I side with Sean Strickland here. What Sean talks about is decisions and things that those people did or choose to do on their own. What DDP was talking about is a child being molested by an adult, like the child could have stopped it. Um, it's not the same thing at all. I'm not on some high horse for Sean. I just, I, we have a small platform here, and that was a pretty hot topic everywhere, all the channels in our chat group everywhere this week, and I didn't want to skip it. And I just want to be honest about what my opinion is. Usman, go ahead.
No, yeah, I was also gonna bring that up because I know it was as somebody who was liking Strickland, I was thinking it was pretty pussy of him to go out there and be crying, thinking that maybe he was saying that I don't know exactly what I was gonna say, but I think what he was trying to point out and the difference between what he says and other people say was right before that he was talking about like you get to if you say that you get to whoop somebody's ass for it and fight for them words that you're saying and that I think that was a point that when it came to like the Ian Gary shit, Ian Gary's just saying like, "Oh, you can't dish it, or you can't take it," and he's just saying like, "No, I mean it's gonna get me mad, but that's the kind of shit that's gonna start a fight, and if you're gonna be saying shit like that, then we're gonna be throwing blows."
Yeah, I get it. I see the difference in like there's levels to it, right? Too far doesn't mean like there's levels to everything. Just because you're like Sean goes too far all the time. Yeah, not like that. So I don't know, just how I feel. Andrew.
I guess my little analogy for Sean Strickland, like just to kind of summarize how I feel about this whole thing is say you're like about to get into a fight, right? You guys are in each other's faces and he pushes you, you know, most guys are just going to kind of push back and they're just going to wait to see who swings first. Okay, here's the thing. Someone gets in your face and they push you, don't get fucking mad or surprised if they just deck you in the face, bro. Like, don't be surprised. Don't be stupid. And this is the same exact shit. Don't be talking shit about people and then getting mad when they one up you or dig a little bit deeper, bro. Don't start that shit, man. It happens. Alien, go ahead, bro.
I think didn't Sean on Theo's podcast, didn't he say that he actually wasn't like molested by his dad? It was more the physical abuse side of things. I'm pretty sure like he tried to clear the sexual abuse side of things up and say he wasn't raped by his dad. But I guess my take on the shit talking side of things is I feel like people like McGregor and Strickland, when they say some like heinous shit, you can tell that that's actually genuinely who they are. Like you can tell when Sean says the crazy things he says, like that's actually who he is as a person. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's actually him. Whereas when people like Ian Gary or Drickus or people like that say it, that's kind of out of character for them, and it's like it doesn't. I think I don't know. I think when it comes off that way from someone where it's like they're just not good at shit talking or that's not really their personality, I think it comes off kind of weird. Whereas I think that's why people like Connor and Sean tend to get the pass for it over some people, or people that are just a bit more dickheads, I guess. But that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, I think Sean Strickland plays a character. Sean Strickland prior Sean Strickland a couple years ago had no fame. It was Kobe Covington syndrome, man. And I don't mean syndrome like I'm being an asshole. It was the Kobe Covington thing. Like, nobody fucking cared. Sean Strickland was racking up wins, and nobody fucking cared. So Sean Strickland started running his mouth, and he's pretty honest about where he came from, and that's just probably kind of who he learned to be when you want to be brash or outspoken. And I don't know. I just think it's a character. I'm not saying he's a good person or a bad person or any of that. I think he's a character. I think Conor McGregor is a fucking asshole. Um, and Sean Strickland is too, just for the shit he says. But I think, like, deep down in his heart, Conor McGregor's kind of a shitty person. So I don't know. I'm just not prepared to group Sean with him. But I'm not dying on the cross for that shit either. I'm just.
I mean, that's not a bad take, to be honest, because like I've only been a fan of Strickland for probably about, well, I'm not necessarily a fan. Well, I'd say I'm a fan of Strickland, but I only
You've
really
only known
started
who
paying
he is,
attention to him
started
probably
running
2 years
out.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably 2 years ago or so. What really kind of switched me over to Strickland was when he fought Abbas. Because I think he took that fight short notice, if I'm not mistaken. And then kind of got rolled in that first round and came back and fucked him up. So that's really, I think, what flipped me over a bit. But then, all the wild shit he was saying was kind of funny and shit like that, which I was like, oh, all right, this dude's kind of entertaining. So I get what you're saying there, because you're right, he did have wins and shit like that, and wasn't, massively talked about until he started saying some crazy shit. So you could be right. Yeah, you definitely could be right. And then breaking down the way he did, maybe that character broke. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, and it started with like Helen Yee and the Schmo. They actually made Sean Strickland famous, letting him act like a jackass on camera. And if you go watch the early Helen Yee interviews, it was just like they would joke, and that was his personality. Like the way he's brash and loud and kind of rough around the edges, but in a sincere way. And then, like, those were probably the videos that sold. He probably felt more comfortable laughing with her than having to answer real questions. And then he was able to talk shit to whoever was off camera, which I don't know. I believe it's Schmo. He was able to do all that. And I felt like I watched Sean Strickland's character build with the Schmo and Helen Yee. Maybe I'm tripping on that, but like I really feel like that's how that went. Like if you go watch their interviews with him a couple years ago, he would answer their questions, he would talk to them. Um, then they would have these moments. It would be classic or go viral or whatever the fuck it did. So they would go back for more, and eventually Sean was acting like that all the time. So to me, it's a character.
Well, it definitely amplified once Nina started interviewing him too. I think it got a bit more crazy once he got involved with jumping on camera with Nina.
So I actually think Helen doesn't enjoy interviewing him very much anymore. Um, I don't know that the Schmo really has in a while. So I think that Nina is just, she doesn't care what he does. It doesn't bother her. She doesn't need an interview. Like Helen was really trying to interview him. Like he would act like that and get views and shit. But Helen was legit trying to get interviews, bro. Like she wasn't, I don't know, like she was legit. So
Yeah, she's definitely more on the serious side compared to Nina, for sure.
yeah, Helen is not the reporter that's like, oh, here's what we'll do. I'll show up and you can make fun of me and then pull out some fireworks and I'll record it. That's Helen E is like, that's just not who she is in my opinion. So the Nina drama thing makes perfect sense for the character that Sean Strickland has become when cameras are rolling. So, and I have heard a few people saying the whispers already that like, I don't know. I met Sean Strickland backstage, and he was the nicest guy I've ever met. He was so humble. He was very polite to me. Um, you know, only a few, but it just seems like there's two Sean Stricklands. Anyway, that's enough Sean Strickland. In a recent interview with I believe it was a South American radio station. I only seen the audio and the translation. so I can't even like give the proper name or anything, or I would credit them. But Alexander Pantoja told them that during the Brandon Royval fight that he almost passed out in the 4th round. He was feeling dizzy. He says, when I took his back, I started to feel ill. I was aware that I was going out. Man, that's never happened in my life before. I'm still processing what happened, but I started to see the world spinning, brother, like if I was drunk. You lay on a bed and everything starts to spin. I'm like, damn, I'm going out here and I'm on his back, and no way I could allow him to get out of there because I'd be like in real trouble. I don't know. Weird. Maybe he looked exhausted at some point. Like maybe it was complete physical exhaustion, but it would have been pretty weird to see him just pass out while he was on Royval's back, though. Like that would have been fucking weird. And I'm not. Like, I don't know. That's fucking strange. He should figure that out. Like I'm not. That's fucking weird. This never
I remember
happened,
posting
right?
about it. I said I remember seeing him. I think going into that round, and I was like, I literally said in the post, I was like, he looks defeated. He looked fucked. And then I went back and edited it because he took down Royval like not long after, and I was like, oh, never mind. But like he looked fucked, man. He looked, and then I remember hearing him saying that in that interview with Ariel as well. Because I think he was talking to Ariel when he said that, right?
No, he said this to some South American radio station or something. What I seen, but
Well, yeah,
no, I seen the
fucking,
interview though where
it's
he
crazy.
told Ariel he was all tired. Like I agree with you, bro. Going into the 4th, he looked ready to go to sleep, and he says he told his corner between the 4th and the 5th that he was dizzy, and I guess they were like, yeah, go fight. I don't know, like whatever. And they were like, oh, okay, well, can you stand? Then go fight. I'm not dogging him out. I don't know. Um, man, who can share a tweet if I DM it to them real quick?
What you need?
Anyone?
Anyone?
No,
Post it in
my
the
phone,
chat.
bro. My phone does not have it. I have had this conversation 100 times. People have tried to walk me through it. I cannot share a tweet up at the top, bro.
Just send it
Bro,
to the
your
group chat or
phone,
send it
your
to.
internet, technology must not be a big thing in Michigan. Huh?
It's the
Bro,
square with the arrow pointed up.
right. And then what do I press?
You press that, and then you press the On Topic MMA. Share post on the top.
Oh, you mean you want me to take a screenshot and show you that mine says invite, copy link, share. That's all I get. There's nothing else.
There's
I
gonna
don't.
be a day where I just show
That's
you and
such a
Rhino like
fucking
how to
Michigan
navigate
thing,
the stuff.
bro.
Cause
I can't tell you. I can't tell you why.
you're clicking the wrong thing.
I could screenshot it for
Hey,
you.
maybe after
What
the
am I
Lions
supposed
bring
to
a
click?
Super Bowl back to Michigan, you guys will upgrade your technology.
Hey, I just want you guys to all know that I told you at the very beginning of the football season that my wife said to tell you guys if football is rigged, the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl. And she meant that shit. She was like, no. I see what they're doing. And if that motherfuckers win this year, it really is rigged. So I just, whatever. You motherfuckers know.
The Lions ain't winning no Super Bowl in my whole life.
Yeah, that's what she says. She says, wait, and who's the really good team? I really don't know. Is it the Ravens?
Sure.
She says if they beat the wait, I gotta ask her because she says I think it's specifically if they beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl, it's fucking fully scripted or something. Like I'll
Bro,
get her
I've
quote.
tried to tell you this 180 times. The Lions have drafted and built a really good team over the last 3 years. They've just been developing these players. They literally do have a really good team this year, bro. It's the truth. Like I'm telling you, bro. I know football, bro. You guys have done exactly what me and Andrew have been asking the Raiders to do for the last 10 fucking years. You
Hey,
guys
I
literally
posted
did it.
that in the group chat. I need someone to share it up top so that I can
Just send it, bro. I'll do it.
I already did. It's in the main group chat, fucker.
I just put it in. It's gonna load up in the top in like a couple minutes.
Okay.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know what your next topic is, but I'm going to tell you right now. I just want everyone to know I think it's absolute fucking bullshit that Sarukian and fucking Oliveira get to jump Gaethje for the fucking title shot. Kiss my ass, UFC.
Kate, I already told you that this is what you want. You want Oliveira to go up there, lose first, and then Gaethje get his chance to fucking knock him out later. This is good for you and your guy. Don't worry about it. Sit back and relax. Bet Gaethje when he finally does get a shot.
Okay, so up top, I do agree with you, Kate. I think it's bullshit. If you click the tweet that just went up there, it's by MMA Fighting. They didn't listen. I found these images in 8 places. When I searched the tweet today, they were just the one that came up the fastest. They did not break this. So those are pictures of Chimaev. He is sick. That kind of takes away from the way he looks, but just the way they have it all busy on there. But Chimaev has posted that he's sick. Someone released one of his. I don't know. I'm sure he was affiliated with them. Someone released a short video of him at the gym on Christmas by himself, just saying, "I just want to be the best. That's why I'm here. I just want to be the best. I want to be the champion." And then on the 3rd of the year, he posted that shit. So I'm curious if he's got some type of autoimmune disease or what, man, but he does not look healthy there. He does not look, he's got the brace on his hand. I'm trying to go back and forth here. He's got the brace on his hand. I don't know what that's from. He's got a breathing machine on, and his face looks fucking swollen. Like poisoned, stung by fucking bees, like Patty Pimblett type shit. I don't know. His face looks swollen. So I don't think we're going to see him fight anytime soon. Cade.
Yeah, I think he does have like an autoimmune disease. That's what I thought when I first saw it, because even if you go and look at him today when he was in the gym and then he put the camera in front of his face and he was talking in the mic on his Instagram story, he looked completely fine. So it just makes me think like maybe he has like, you know, an autoimmune disease that might hit him at certain times. It could explain why he was, I mean, realistically, man, we can say whatever the fuck we want, but at the end of the day, nobody truly knows the personal life of every single fighter. And who knows, that could have played a really big role in why he sat out that year. Like that could have been a problem. I mean, Ted, but this last week he's been posting very active on Instagram and he looks fine. But yeah, when he posted that, I thought that too, Joe. I thought maybe it's an autoimmune disease because literally 2 days later he's back in the gym, and then today he looked really good on camera. So
Yeah, that's got to be, he's got to have something going on. The other thing I thought about is maybe some type of kidney issue. I don't know, bro. Something's up with him, though. I just don't think we're going to see him fight anytime soon. Okay, we're getting to the end of it here. Other lists. I got all these lists up. I got to quit saying all the goddamn time, too. So, Sean O'Malley tweeted out saying Ilya Taporia is his Eddie, referencing the Connor champ, all that. Ilya fired back saying that he's offered to fight Sean, but the UFC won't let Sean. Uh, then he also fired back again, saying that he sees Sean's pay-per-view numbers, and the best thing he could do is fight on one of Ilya's cards. So, bro, them numbers, the
He said
fighters
on
are,
his prelims.
bro, them fighters are not allowed to tell those numbers to us, but them numbers must be horrible because there's several fighters talking shit about O'Malley's numbers. So few people must have seen him. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of leads into. I'll switch over to. So there was a social media influencer that interviewed Sean O'Malley, and during the interview, he asked him. I posted it. If you go to our page, scroll down. If you go to the tweet about this space and scroll down, you can find the video. It's Sean is sitting there. The guy asked him, "Have you ever been turned on during a fight?" Sean kind of dismisses that. Then the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, your daughter's with you." Sean's like, "Ah, no big deal. I got a headset on." So the guy's like, "Right on. Have you ever had an orgy or some shit?" And then asked Sean if they could have an orgy, 2 guys and 2 chicks. And Sean's like, "Yeah, why not? I love me a 4-banger or something." All with his daughter in his fucking lap.
Oh, you talking about the guy Neo, the kid Neo,
Is
Neon or whatever his name
Yeah,
is?
that kid looks like a weirdo.
yeah. What's the? Hey, I'm not hit. What's the movie? Man, he looks like the kid from Super Bad. That's what.
McLovin?
Yeah, bro, he looks like the real life. Like he looks like the real life. That's all I can say. Any fucking way. The interview was inappropriate with his daughter in his lap. I don't care if you have a headset on. It was inappropriate with his daughter in his lap. Besides that, my point, or what I'm getting at, what I'm asking, what I'm talking about is Sean O'Malley is very clear that he is inspiring to be Conor McGregor famous. He feels like the path is there for him because the UFC is 40 to 50% larger and the footprint. And he's right. As the company grows, it's easier for a star to be as big as stars of previous years, right? Like that's easy math, any sport, that's how it works. Is he killing this by not relating to the everyday fan, by having this open relationship? Like, you can say what you want, and I understand Sean feels like he's some type of crazy alpha male, should be able to go fuck bitches and do whatever he wants. Like, I understand what Sean thinks, but the average person just don't think like that. The average person has a moral set, regardless of their religion. The average person has a moral set that you should settle down with one person. You should be loyal to them. You should raise your children with good morals. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he is making everything he wants to achieve impossible for himself. Usman, you had your hand up first, and I went on for a minute. You want to go first? No. Young boy, and then Cade.
Let me just say, first of all, this is what happens when a society loses God. All right. First of all, that is the first thing. Sean O'Malley is not a man. I don't know, bro. There's just something so pathetic about that to me. And then, aside from the relationship stuff, the biggest problem he has is he is absolutely and utterly terrible when you hand him a live mic. He cannot talk to save his life. He just can't. His fighting style is fucking great. We all love watching him fight. But when it comes to trash talk or clapback or an insult or whatever, like he just he stammers over his fucking words. He doesn't have anything good to say. He's just horrible on the mic. I don't know how he's going to become that level of star with nothing behind it. Now, yes, he can go out and put on a bunch of performances and maybe that'll do it alone, but we all know how hard that is to do without anything behind it. He's awful on the mic.
Yeah, here's what I would say to side with you. If you go watch Sean O'Malley's Contender Series, his debut, uh, you'll see a fucking nerd. He's a fucking nerd with an entourage. That's what he is. He's a nerd with a bunch of people around him that don't want to lose the money that he brings. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose because this old lady doesn't want to lose because he wants to go sleep with a bunch of women. So she has to let him because she doesn't matter that much to him. He doesn't. Yeah, just I got a lot of shitty things I could say about Sean O'Malley and his moral set. So whatever, fuck him. That's how I feel. Kate, go ahead.
Yeah, it's very weird to me because I think he loses some of his younger fan base because parents see him openly talk about shit like that or say, "Yeah, I'd have a four banger with you with his daughter in his lap," and automatically a normal parent's going to be like, "Absolutely not. You're not fucking watching this shit," or we're not going to associate ourselves with someone like that. Um which is normal. So I think maybe the younger fan base definitely takes a hit from him because of that. But, it's really weird, man, because I feel like it's another one of those situations when the camera turns on, um, he plays that role. But, I've met Sean a few times, like no cameras, nothing. And he's a super, super nice, quiet guy. He doesn't he doesn't talk like that or act like that or do any of that. He's the nicest guy. Like Sean is one of those guys where like even if the cameras aren't on and you run into him in the mall, he will make sure he takes a picture with every one last kid and signs anything and everything that they possibly want until everybody is cleared out. Like that's the type of person he is. So I just think it's something when the camera turns on and he's got to turn into like this fucking mega star that's playing a character, I guess, but I've never had that experience around him ever. And I've like I said, I've met him a few times. Like he's never been that way. So I don't know, man. Whatever you guys think about it, but as far as I'm concerned, when the camera's not on, I've never seen him act that way. And I've always seen him be good to everybody, all the fans and everybody. I've seen him out here at there's a mall out here that he goes to all the time. And the kids, I saw him one time, and there was like 30 kids, man, ran up to him, and he stopped what he was doing, set his bags down, and like I said, took a picture with everyone, last one of them, signed all their autographs. Super nice. Took family pictures with them, But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's when the camera turns on, he just, all of a sudden has all this shit to say. So
Yeah, and I got no problem with you. I'm glad to hear you have something nice to say about the guy. I mean that just because from where it stands, man, like he is his own problem. That as far as I want to be famous, I want to be that guy. You have the talent. You're just. It's like everybody wanted Dennis Rodman on the team, but you know, yeah, we want him around. But you hear what I'm saying in my voice. That's how everybody felt, man. Like he just lived this wild, crazy lifestyle, and people felt like he was super talented. But I'm not judging him. I'm not saying for me that man has the right to live whatever life he wants. My point is just that if you have goals, sometimes you got to learn to just shut your mouth. Sometimes less is more. I don't know a better way to say it. Alien, go ahead.
Honestly, man, I think you kind of probably just hit it on the nail, right? Yeah, hit it on the head right there, man. He's definitely his own problem. He's a literal marketing gold mine because like obviously right now the UFC is trying to do this thing where they're trying to cater to this younger generation, this new way of media with influencers and YouTube and shit like that, and which isn't a bad thing necessarily if you're trying to market because that's how you're supposed to do it now. And Sean's got the look. He's got the fight style. He's got all that. He's a gamer, like you say. As someone said, he was a fucking nerd. He is a nerd. Um, and it's like he's the easiest person to market in the world. But then when he does this stupid shit where he goes in this podcast and talks about fucking having foursomes with his daughter on his lap, it's like, where's your manager, bro? Like, who's letting you do these things? I think Tim seems to have a somewhat of an okay head on his shoulders. Like I watch both of their podcasts just because I watch as many podcasts as I can. And yeah, I agree. Like I've heard him do some dope shit for his friends and people like that. Open up his pockets and shit for people and do some dope stuff. And he probably is a cool person to know and be friends with and stuff. But some of the decisions he makes is like, bro, like what the fuck are you doing? But I think he's one of the most perfect people that the UFC can bridge that gap to anyone in that anyone in that nerd spectrum that plays video games and is into Twitch and all that bullshit. Like, but yeah, he's his own worst enemy at times for sure.
Yeah, and again, has the right to live whatever he wants to. It just if he's got those goals, bro, you gotta know who you're catering to. You can't expect people to change for you. Usman.
Yeah, just as a reminder, for one, he doesn't have a manager, so that's why he does whatever the fuck he wants. And I feel like he essentially lives that life, at least on camera, of an 18-year-old kid who has all the money and can do whatever the fuck he want and nobody's gonna tell him no. But I'd like to clarify that both can be true. He could be great to his fans and great to people outside in the real world, and still also be a degenerate pervert piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like those two do not go in hand.
Actually, they do though. Actually, for like sociopathic behavior, they do go hand in hand. You
And
What's
would
weird though is the numbers that he's allegedly getting with it, because both things can get you good numbers, but the shock value things tend to get you a lot of big numbers. Like look at Colby, but the things that he says tends to not. Apparently, what people are saying is he's not getting the draw that he says he is. So it's like I don't know, he
I
needs
mean,
to kind of pick
I
something.
don't go out and watch any Sean O'Malley content, but that video of him, I think, what was it? Valentine's Day last year. I'm not Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day of last year. That video of him taking his mom and wife
Oh yeah,
out
I saw that.
to a shopping spree, and then he gives them fucking like $90,000 or $10,000 like throughout multiple times of the day. It ended up being like 50
He
to
gave him like
90,000.
100K each.
Yeah, like that shit. I mean, I watched that and I'm like, holy shit, I might like this dude because who doesn't love taking care of their mom and their wife and shit? But then going out and talking about cheating on said wife by having a foursome with, and let's not call this neon guy a fucking MMA reporter.
No,
It's not like he's Nina
social
and
media
out here.
influencer. He is a social media.
Yeah, he's a streamer. He's a fucking streamer, and yeah, he has some clout. But it's once again, y'all fuckers make me out here like I'm defending Nina. But it's not like he's out here doing constant MMA content. This is a streamer with another streamer talking shit over the video. And back to what I was saying, like from going to loving him and fucking giving money to his that much money to his wife, to then go on and have his daughter in his lap talking about cheating on his wife and having a foursome with some fucking random dude. Uh, Disgusting, man, disgusting. Like I've always said, and never going to become rich and famous or anything, but I would always think if I were, I would love to be one of those people that sit there and spend hours fucking signing autographs. So when I hear Cade saying that, it makes me want to like him more. But it's everything else, man. It's everything else. And I back to what YB said, the dude is not fucking charismatic on the mic. It's like every time we do see him in the ring or not in the ring, anywhere near fucking UFC press, it's like it reminds us that we don't like this fucking guy.
Yeah, because that's what people see on the camera. Everybody that sees Sean and hasn't seen Sean off camera, all they know Sean for is what he does on camera. And that's what a lot of these fighters don't fucking realize is that the people that don't actually know you and haven't seen you off camera, all they know you for is what you say and do on camera. It's the same shit with
hey,
Sean
I'll
Strickland. Like
one thing that he did. Oh, my bad, kid. Go ahead.
no, you're good. I'm just saying, some of these fighters don't realize that the fans see them for what they are on camera. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody comes and tells you, oh, but that's not who they are off camera. Well, yeah, but the fucking hundred thousands of fans that don't know you off camera aren't gonna think that any different because they see how you act on camera. So, no, I see what you're saying though, Usman.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You just gotta, I guess, one of the scenarios you gotta separate the person from the athlete, the singer from the person from the artist, shit like that. Everyone listens to Michael Jackson still, but fucking he did some weird shit.
Whoa, Michael
Allegedly,
Jackson did
So
not touch them kids. You
I said,
better
hey,
get
I
the.
said, I said allegedly. I said
well,
allegedly.
wait
Go,
a minute.
Usman. Let's
Wait a
go.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He did. He did. He did.
Joe, you don't know
Liberals.
that for sure. You shut the hell up.
He did. Listen to me, because I was heartbroken. Let me tell you some things that broke my heart. Right. Let me let you know real quick. I'm gonna take a 30-second detour. He did it. Bill Cosby did it. Mick Jagger did it. Steven Tyler did it,
Elvis.
and Elvis did it. And
David
I
Bowie.
can't listen to Diddy did that shit. She says he did. And I'm gonna tell you something.
R. Kelly.
I can't listen to any of their music. All I hear is pervert singing. And you know what fucks me up? Now that I know what I know about R. Kelly and Aaliyah, and I know that them songs were about some dude old as hell over her, I can't even listen to him, bro. Can't even fucking listen to him. I'm like, this is perverted shit I've ever fucking heard. Ever. Man. Any old way. So I don't know. He muted everybody, but he can't mute me, bitch. I'm gonna just keep on talking.
Man, I cried the day Michael Jackson died. I know
Hold up,
exactly
bro.
where I
I
was,
just
but
figured
that's a
I
out.
story
cried
for
the day
But
another
no,
day.
Tupac
Hold
died.
on.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
just figured out how to do those sounds. Game is fucking over, bitches. I didn't even know how to fucking do any of that shit. That was me right now playing with that fucking alarm system. I'm like, hold up, bro. This shit is lit.
bro.
You hit it at a good time though, because it sounded like a good call.
Oh, fucking Cade. Here we go. All right. All right. So Fareed Basharat says that they won't let him walk out with the Afghanistan flag. They told him they won't recognize the current government flag, and the old flag is not the official flag, so it's a no-no. Pretty, I don't know. I think all the fighters should be able to walk out with any flag they want as long as it does not represent a regime that is hurting or torturing people. I don't know if the regime or the flag that he wants to carry represents that. And I'm not going to get into them type of politics here right now. So I didn't even try to dig into it. I just, it's so shitty, but like some flags have to be restricted for that reason. But other than that, they should be able to carry whatever they want. All right, I got the antitrust social media influencer Francis Ngannou. So Francis Ngannou could make up to $20 million for the fight with Anthony Joshua.
Cha-ching.
I got no problem with this getting this dough. I assume it'll probably be closer to like 15 or something. Like he just the numbers weren't there for him and Fury. Like the numbers, they weren't there. So you're basically counting that Joshua can sell more than Tyson Fury did. Um, I don't know, whatever. I don't think the numbers will be quite there, but I think he'll make stacks and stacks of money, way more money than I got, and I got no problem with it. Why did the PFL get this man a contract? Is this so that it has to be?
It was simply to tell the UFC to fuck off.
You're goddamn right it was. They gave him a board seat. They want to build a super monopoly. Literally want to build a super monopoly. It's in their structure. They don't lie about it. Go listen to the Dom Davis interview. He wants to own the minor leagues, the mid leagues, the top leagues, the World Series. He wants to own the only NFL of
Has
fighting.
anybody ever heard Don Davis talk?
Oh, Don the Con, bro? Yes, I have.
That fucking guy is the most unstructured motherfucker I've ever heard talk in my life, bro.
All
He ain't
con men
owning.
bro. All con men are.
Nah,
Oh,
I
Jesus
promise
Christ!
that's not me, bro. That's not me.
Uzman.
What is that?
Bro,
Cap.
Uzman, stop talking. Put your mic on. Put your
Oh,
mic on mute and take off the
Usman
effect.
changed his voice. He did a you could do a voice transformation on this shit.
We can't understand you, bro.
Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out, and
Usman's
have him
talking
come
about
back
taking
in.
a shit.
Nah, you can on the space thing where you do the sounds, you can
okay, how
change your
about now?
voice.
How about
You
now?
sound fine
Perfect.
now.
He's
Okay,
done taking a
sorry.
poo
I'm
poo.
sorry. I was trying to figure out the Cade thing. My bad. No, but what did I tell y'all when that fucking first Ariel Hawani video came out? The the guy who fucking went off 1,700 times saying we care about the fighters, we care about the fighters, we care about the fighters. If you have to repeat it that much, you fucking don't care about the fighters, and you're doing the exact opposite. Fucking the con man for sure.
Yeah, you know why Dana White doesn't have to tell you he cares about fighters? Because it's fucking obvious that he does. He creates performance institutes. You hear stories about Daniel Cormier being like, "Yeah, bro, I got 80 and 80 for fighting John Jones, and I lost, so I got 80, bro, in heartbreak." Dana White walked in my room with $1 million fucking cash. Like, when the fuck's Don David? Bro. Anyways, Francis Ngannou would be a fucking idiot to fight in the PFL for the money he's getting boxing, especially since boxing is probably it's going to get restructured by somebody.
Hey,
It's
did you see
coming.
what I put up top though, Joe?
Now, what you got?
I don't know if you saw it already, but Marcel just tweeted out 8 minutes ago that Dana says he's got some UFC 300 fights to announce tomorrow. It was too crazy at the office today, but matchmaking talk will be done tomorrow and the fights will be announced.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
But he got time to talk about a freaking bull in Donald Cerrone.
Hey, man, I want to hear. I
No,
want to know
not just
about the
any
bull.
bull, bro. That's
Hey,
twisted metal.
299's pretty stacked up, so I'm really wondering if 300's going to be even more stacked, or if they fucked up and they're not going to be able to top
Nah,
299.
bro. Fight
299's
week.
pretty stacked.
It's fight week. They've done it to. They've put on a better card on the June pay per view than they have on the fight week pay per view every other fucking year, bro. It's crazy. Usman, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna go back to the Francis Ngannou thing, but I guess just to touch on that real quick, I've been warning y'all already for the past week. Get ready for all these fucking casuals to talk shit because in 3, 4 weeks from now, oh, actually, I guess like in 2 months from now, we've had such stacked pay per views. We're gonna have such stacked fucking pay per views that when March comes around, we will be getting something like Holly Holm versus GDR as a fucking main event as GDR makes her return from fucking pregnancy. And everybody and their fucking grandma is gonna come out here and talk about this is the worst UFC year that we've ever had. This is fucking garbage. And then we're gonna
Not
get
wrong.
fucking and then we're gonna get fucking Angela Hill versus I don't know, let me say Amanda Ribas because she just got a knockout as a fucking main event. And everybody's gonna come out fucking crying about it. Like enjoy what we have now, you sons of bitches, because we've got stacked fucking cards coming. And I'll be happy then when those fights come. But everybody's gonna be fucking complaining. Back to the Francis Ngannou thing. I have one question. Um, Everybody's talking about easy fights, about how Dana said he wanted to leave the UFC for easier fights. Now everybody's fucking jacking off Ngannou, saying like, "Look at him, he's taking the two best boxers back to back in less than 5 months. This is easy fights." This is easy fights. On the same note, everybody is over here talking about, well, the heavyweight division is now rising with young prospects. And John Jones, the GOAT, is running away scared from Tom Aspinall because he's such a fucking scary ass threat. What is easier? Going and taking two boxing fights that you will get millions and millions of dollars to lose with no stakes at all? Or actually taking fights in the fucking sport that you were actually in and fucking fighting actual competitors that can test you in multiple areas. Like, I'm tired of people trying to fucking blow up fucking the Fury and this Joshua fight is like, oh my God, this is such a challenge. If he fucking loses, who cares? If he loses, who cares? He was supposed to go out there and lose. He's not a fucking boxer. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm
I'm
done. Sorry.
I'm 100% with you, bro. And actually, here's what I will say. Even if the money was the exact same, all three across the board, if you could box Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua or fight John Jones, which one are you picking, bro? I'm not fighting John Jones. I'm not doing it. I'm going to get knocked out by all of them, right? But you motherfuckers will just knock me out. That motherfucker might choke me out, might break my foot, snap my arm. That dude is mean as hell. I'm not going to be able to see after I fight him. He's going to poke me in my eyes 4 times, kick me in my dick twice. Then that prick's going to kick me in my fucking knee 6 times. Like, who are you taking? I'm not. I mean, I'm saying it's the smart move. Like, if I was Francis, I would box too, man. Even if the money was even, I would box too. I just think it's smarter. Like, especially for his skill set. I just think it's way smarter. I think that he knows that. And like I don't know, I give him credit. I do agree with Usman though. Like, it's not like this is the hardest road he could have ever taken. Zah.
I'm agree with you, man. Cause 20 million to do boxing, like, kind of hard to turn it down. And you gotta look at it like the first fight versus Fury. Not too many people was trying to watch that fight, probably because it was Ngannou's first time boxing. But after what happened, like, he definitely generated more eyes. So like, there's definitely gonna be more people watching the second time around. And I think he wins by knockout, round 1, like my boy Daniel says.
So I've been pretty vocal about I thought that Fury was the best matchup for him out of the 3, even before the fight got booked. Like, out of the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury possible trio, I thought that Fury was the best matchup for him. Just big, slow, easy to see coming. Joshua is a real technician with boxing gloves, and if he can find Francis's timing, I know Francis hits like a truck, but that man's been hit pretty hard in his life. Yeah, if Anthony can find his timing, I think Francis is going to find out what boxing really is. I don't think it'll be that slow shit that happened with Fury. I think he better be prepared to bob and fucking weave.
Wait, I got a question for you though. Who do you think's the better boxer, Fury or Anthony Joshua?
Boxer, Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury is big. He uses his size very, very well, and it's a real tool. I got no problem with it. His size and his reach are his biggest tools. If you reduced his size and his reach, his skill set would not get him where he is. His skill set is good. It's great. I've seen more. I've seen probably 8 or 9 of his boxing matches. Like, nothing more than that. I don't want to lie. Like, he's a great boxer. I seen him a little bit right before his comeback, or right before he left, and then he dipped out, and then I seen his comeback. So like, I ain't been with him, forever. But like, I think he's got a fine skill set, but I think his size is huge to his advantage. I think you could take Anthony Joshua's talent to any division, any size, and do well with it. I think he has a real skill set for boxing, for textbook boxing. When you can get him outside of that, though, you can catch him. I watched Ruiz do it. So, like, there's ways to beat him. Yeah, he is the textbook boxer. Like, he is the best textbook boxer that heavyweight has. And Deontay Wilder is too wiry. I just thought he could hit Francis hard with something Francis just would not see coming from any angle. Like, where the fuck did that come from? I had that one. I didn't even know about that one. Yeah, so I think Deontay Wilder is a much harder fight for Fury or for Ngannou to take. And I think I've said for a while I thought Anthony Joshua was the worst stylistic matchup. Like, he could catch him. I think Josh has that in him, but I think I think he has the skill set to really like embarrass Francis Ngannou. If I'm being honest, like, I don't think it'll be like the Fury fight, and I think he's coming in hot to prove that shit against Fury was a mistake. And if he beats the dog shit out of Francis Ngannou, he probably get him a Fury fight.
That's not happening. But I kind of agree with most of the stuff you had to say, though.
So do you agree though? If he beats the dog shit out of Francis, he can get.
I disagree. That's not happening.
Okay, if that happens though, you don't think he can get a Fury fight?
I'll agree with that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you don't think that's going to happen, I think if he does, it gets him the Fury fight for sure. Gets him a Tyson Fury fight. I really think that. So, and Tyson Fury can avoid fighting Francis Ngannou again. All right. I don't want to go over 2.5 hours anymore. We got 8 minutes. I'm trying to keep it down to 2 just because we do 3 spaces a week. I want to make our stuff so that people can tune in during work days and shit between breaks and be able to keep up. So Chimaev, O'Malley, Israel Adesanya, Fareed Basharat, social media influencer Francis Ngannou. That's the list. So some more shit came out from the antitrust lawsuit paperwork. First thing I want to say is you guys are going to see these headlines. Dana White's job was in jeopardy or in question. Joe Rogan was in question. No, they're talking about emails that the WWE heads were sending back and forth, trying to figure out how they would be able to take over the UFC, thinking that Dana and crew would be pissed if they bought it. So all that's bullshit. But some testimony that Dana gave in 2016 came out, or some deposition on it came out, and Dana was quoted for saying, "You guys are killing me here. I'm going crazy," or something at one point. And then he gets interviewed. And he said he was talking about CM Punk, and they were talking about fighter pay. And he said it just happened again, too. We had some guy that was paid a certain amount of money and never the professional wrestler. Professional wrestler we brought in, not Brock Lesnar, the other one. Then the lawyer suggests CM Punk, and he says, "Oh yeah, people went crazy when they saw what he got paid. Even the women. And back then, people thought he got paid $500,000. He got paid $1 million. I don't feel like people are acting like that just came out. That we knew he got $1 million. We knew that a while back. We knew he got $1 million. So I feel like they're trying to say that broke out of there. That's incorrect. We knew he got $1 million. I don't know if Dana is saying the other fighters were mad to try and defend it, or to try and say, like, look, we've been pumping up pay for star power. We do, but we catch backlash everywhere. I don't really know where it was all going. They don't give any context to it. But I'll keep bringing you all these things. I follow like 8 different channels and fucking all the news pages, and I'll just try to bring these in. This one came in from, I think, the MMA Zone, and I just quoted it off. And they don't always credit where they find it from, but I've been trying to credit everything, or just, as much as I can. Some stuff is just too public. You don't know who broke it by the time you see it, and I'm not just going to randomly name someone. That's all I got. That's it. So, anybody got any topics they want to hit over a couple minutes before we go? Kate,
So in that Dana, oh my bad. So Dana
no, go
White
ahead. Go
says,
ahead.
so how he's releasing those fights for tomorrow. Supposedly, Potan was in the comments during that live, and he was like, commenting like his little emoji of that, little tiki head or whatever. So it might be like a teaser that Alex might be announced for 300.
Oh, you know what I didn't bring up, bro? Izzy is fucking jacked. Did you guys see that?
Oh, he's juicy, huh?
Oh, bro, he's thick as hell. He posted some shit talking about I lied. Check our tweet. Is it up here? I don't know. If you go to our page, the tweet that's posted, that's pinned to the top, and you hit it, it's a thread. Scroll down like one or two or three. There's a picture of Izzy. He's big as hell, looking swole. 205 for sure. Like he'd have to cut weight. Yeah, I don't know. He looks big. He looks good. I gave him some shit in the post, like has USADA been around, but you know, he looks fucking great. Whatever, no hate on it. He looks fucking great. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I just
Anybody?
put
Go
my
ahead.
bad. I just put up on the little up top thing. Yeah, bro, he's fucking man. So, what do you think would be the possible outcome for this guy if he was to get announced for 300? I know we talked about it before, but
UFC
today,
300.
yeah, if Izzy was to get announced, who do you got for him?
So I thought it could have been. I still think it's the winner of Strickland Chimaev. I still think, or Strickland Duplessis. I think even if Dana wants to announce it, he can announce Israel Adesanya is going to fight the winner of Sean Strickland versus Dracus Duplessis. Unless Izzy's going up to 205, I think it would be so fucking horrible if he's fighting Poatan at 205 to headline 300. Bro, I would throw in the cards on that bitch, bro. I'd be so fucking mad. Usman.
No, yeah, I was gonna say. So since we have a couple of minutes, let's just speculate on what this fucking 300 main event is. Cause I'm looking at it. Pantoja, uh, he's not fighting. Um, he doesn't have anybody to fight. Sean O'Malley's out. Volkanovski out. Makachev out. Leon Edwards versus Bilal. I mean, that's rumored as a co-main, right? Strickland Duplessis, I mean, most likely cannot turn around that quickly. Tom Aspinall seems like he's not going to defend his interim, so that's out of the question. We only got fucking welterweight, light heavyweight, and then we look at the women's bantamweight. That's not gonna turn around fast enough. Grasso and Shevchenko, I think, are still healing from their injury. Number one contender fight in that one. So we've only got women's 125, light heavyweight, and welterweight.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's right there in front of our face. To be honest, I think it can only be 3 fights. It could be Bilal and Leon, which I don't think is the case. Um, I think they could do a 180 turn and stop bullshitting and book Connor and Chandler. I know that kind of seems like, well, that was already talked about for International Fight Week. Yeah, but I mean, Dana hasn't said shit about it. So who knows? He might be trying to get that shit done still. And then the only other fight that I feel like they could possibly make, I mean, I know there was smoke with Aspinall and Pereira, but I mean, with Izzy talking about coming back and how big he is right now, I mean, dude, honestly, you can be as mad as you want, Joe, but I think it might be Izzy and Adesanya or Izzy and Pereira for that strap, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's like the only fight that you could really think of. Because if Diaz is gonna fight Masvidal in this little boxing event, that just tells me he's probably not coming back. And then Poirier got booked. Um, and then the only other fight, but I feel like it doesn't really make sense to be the main event of 300 would be if you want to do something stupid for the fans and book Gaethje and Holloway. I mean, those are like the only real fights that you can main event 300 with.
So I think Holloway is 100% going to be on the card. I think we're getting Holloway.
Holloway said that he has not been offered anything for 300,
That doesn't
and
matter. That doesn't matter.
I mean, he's not going to tell you regardless.
I think we're getting Holloway, and then I think we're getting either an Izzy title fight with Leon or an A. So, but bro, it can be Aspinall, AP, Izzy, and Leon. Those four people, somehow, some way, two of them have to fulfill the main event. I don't care what anybody says. Alex Pereira told us he's going up to heavyweight at 300. He tweeted it. He backtracked. He tried to take it back. He said, no, no, that's not what it meant. He did all that. He tweeted that he was putting on 30 pounds and getting his third belt at UFC 300. That's what he posted. So
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if he goes up to heavyweight and fights Aspinall, he's getting fucking knocked the fuck
I'm
out.
going to tell you this. If he goes up to heavyweight and knocks Aspinall out, no one will ever be able to come in any of my spaces and talk to me about heavyweight MMA ever again. It won't be
Hell's
allowed.
fucking yeah.
It will not be
I actually
allowed,
think
bro.
Aspinall's pretty high level for his. Like, I actually think he is a good fighter. I think he would beat the fucking brakes off her at heavyweight, but that's just me.
I don't know. AP's big dude, bro, and he is.
Yeah, but
People
he,
sleep
to
on
me, in
AP.
my opinion, he didn't even look good against Jan.
Okay,
My
I mean,
opinion.
I get
Man,
it.
Aspinall is a classic case of like, oh man, fucking European Frank Mir. I like this guy. I like this guy. And
Yeah.
then everyone just sucked him off to all infinity and beyond. And now I fucking hate him and I want him to fucking lose constantly because y'all guys ruin fucking fighters as fan bases,
Man,
man.
just fucking say that you're upset that he knocked Pav out.
No,
Oh,
I'm not mad. I
okay.
was
No,
happy for him, but now he's a whiny motherfucker, and he don't want to fight. Fight, just fight. Defend your belt. Fight. Say I am the real champion, and defend your fucking belt. Defend your motherfucking belt. That's all I can say. I think Poatan knocks his ass out. Fuck him. I think he breaks that knee with a nice couple kicks, folds that knee, and that's the end of it.
Can
First,
Poton wrestle? Because Aspinall can.
he won't need to when he fucks that knee up. Aspinall be down there on the ground reaching for ankles, getting kicked and punched. First three weight class world champion in UFC history, Poatan. Then he tells Izzy, "You should have came and got that smoke, bitch. I'm out." That's it.
the tape don't lie. Tom Aspinall loves to run into a couple of punches every now and literally run right into him. So fuck Aspinall, give me AP. Also, yeah, man, nobody in fucking AP can't fight anybody in light heavyweight right now. Jamal Hill got cleared to fully train MMA in January, but I don't know if they'll be willing to fucking flip a January to March. Fucking, well, when's 300? March or February?
April.
April. Okay, so then they could do fucking Jamal Hill versus AP in April. But that's
Make
the only
Izzy the undercard.
what?
Put Izzy on the undercard.
As an Izzy hater, I would love to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Once again, though, I don't know who he would fight, even if it is at light heavyweight, because everybody is fucking booked. Like everybody is booked in that division. Prohashka's booked with Ratchik, Magomed, fucking Johnny Walker, Jan Blachowicz out with an injury. Do we really want to see Nikita Krylov versus Adesanya?
No, bro. Dana already moved that division on. He already knows. AP's going up. I told you guys immediately. He's not fighting at 205. He's going up. It was clear. It's clear to me still. Maybe not. Maybe he fights Jamal Hill. We'll see. Anyway, I'm done for tonight. It's past 12:30 here, which means we're over 2.5 hours. Um, Andrew, what do you got before we go? Dead picks. What do you got before we go? Thank everybody that comes in here. Thank you everybody that's been here all night. Dead picks is killing it on our YouTube shit. I thank him. Cade, we love when you Cade Shy Boys come in here. Usman, Zah, Daniel, of course, Andrew for hosting. Everybody that comes in, bro. I don't mean to make it sound like an award show every week, but it does mean a lot to me that you do show out here every week. So, Andrew, if you got anything, Dead Picks, if you got anything, Usman, if you got anything. Oh, someone's got to plug the shows.
Yeah, I was gonna plug the website and the YouTube real quick. So yeah, guys, capmma.com. If you're normal, then this is our regular call out. But yeah, if you're new here, then check us out, capmma.com. We got the best resources to help you do tape study, to help you, find what's up in the rankings, help you see what's up with the rules, just every little resource. And more importantly, we have an odd tracker, so we can help you track all the odds and make your parlays with the parlay calculator, so you don't have to go into the apps and do it all manually and then compare side by side. You don't gotta do all that. Just go to the website, click the little parlay calculator, compare, add up everything that you want, and then at the top it gives you the odds of the best odds, and it gives you access to all $60 across. We do it regional odds, we do regional odds in terms of states, and whatever region you're in. So it's all there. All you got to do is just go on the website capma.com, go on the YouTube if you want to replay or watch, or you didn't catch the live show, then just go to YouTube, and I'd say it's a better listening experience over there on YouTube. You could go rewind, to certain parts. You could fast forward. It's way better than the X, re-listening tool. So yeah, YouTube, capma.com. And yeah, I'm pretty sure YouTube is Captain May. Yeah, so YouTube will be Captain May, and then the website's captainmay.com. Fuck with us, follow us. It's all free, no ads, no scams, no clickbaits, no cookies, nothing like that. Just give us a little follow.
Good shit, bro. Usman,
Yeah,
Andrew.
Rhino and our show is gonna be back on Sunday. We're gonna be reviewing the card that happened the night before. We're gonna be reviewing betting lines. Talking about all the shit that we hit and we missed. Check out the show on Friday. I know Rhino and I are really going to try and dial in on a couple of locked up bets and talk about how those did on Sunday. And also, if you're not, follow the Cap MMA page. Earlier, we were talking about how crazy of a fucking line Gene Silva was. Well, yesterday we put up a line alert, biggest favorite of UFC, Vegas 84. Global average was 833. Best line was 769. Worst line was minus 1,000. Well, now everywhere is listing him at about minus 1,000. So we're updating you on them lines, trying to get you some parlays, trying to get you a dog parlay, a chalk parlay, just some sexy shit from Cap MMA. So if you're not following and got the notifications on, go ahead and do that, guys.
Tuesday night, Friday night, Sunday night, 10 p.m. The headline space, that's tonight. Friday night, we break down the cards, place our bets, talk about our bets. We might do some live betting spaces during the cards over these next couple cards, and then Sundays is bet review. We're honest about how we do. When we lose, we lose. When we win, we win. That's all I got.
See y'all Friday, yo. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
Nobody's fucking working harder than Cap MMA, guys. Fucking go out there and check it
Andrew's
out.
sleeping. Andrew's sleeping. He can't end the space because he's sleeping.
Live.
What is the hell?
Okay, everybody leave the space on 3, 2, 1, leave.
God damn it, Andrew. Horrible host, Andrew.
Yeah, I think one of you guys could just take over the account, and I think you guys could just end it. So Joe or Usman. Jeez.